Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. What? Our first sponsor tonight is Quip. Sam, what do we have to endure tonight?
Oh, we have a big, exciting plot point to get to in the show tonight, so I'm not going to waste anybody's time with complicated bits or characters, just the copy. I'd love to tell you guys about Quip, the Good Habits Company, and their smart electric toothbrushes. Pardon me. These awesome brushes have all the guiding features of their original with... with new Bluetooth smart motor that connects to the free Quip app, so you can track your
Please don't.
your brushing.
Please.
Sorry, guys. I just drank a pint of milk, a glass of OJ, cauliflower vindaloo, a shot of Alestra, and a bucket of voodoo chili. So, I think you know what? I need to go. Bye.
Why is he so...
Why is he like this?
Why is he like this?
Sorry about this. I don't
Okay.
don't exactly know what we're supposed to do right now. Should we wait for Sam or should we just keep going?
Yes. Wait.
Must be one of the further bathrooms.
I don't know.
Another shoe will drop.
Does anyone have the Quip copy? To each cut and...
No, he didn't take. Oh.
Sorry about that, guys. Now I really let something loose in there. I feel like I lost like a couple inches of height. What am I, like 5'8" now? 5'7"? Sorry. All right,
sorry.
so yeah, without further ado.
Wait. Who are you?
Melissa, we've known each other for years. You're gonna play that with me? Come on, let's stop joking around. Let's get to this copy, all right? So, as I was saying, with Quip, you can get tips and daily coaching and earn rewards for good habits like brushing 2 minutes twice a day.
No, seriously, dude, are you like Sam's understudy or something?
Larry, come on! We've known each other for years. We used to breastfeed together. You gonna act like you don't know me?
I don't... Are you always here, or do you just come on when Sam gets the shits?
So I leave for a second and everyone's just gonna play this game like they don't know me. Okay. Well, anyway, Quip has a great anti-cavity toothpaste in mint or watermelon that helps prevent cavities, as well as 2 ways to floss. Floss string that expands to clean, and a reusable floss pick.
Sorry, this is super distracting. Who the hell are you?
I'm Sam motherfucking Riegel! Emmy Award winner! Voted most likely to live in his mom's basement till he's 50? Come on, we've known each other since before we had gray pubes and you're gonna play like we... Come on now.
Oh my God.
So let's get to the episode, guys.
Okay, weirdo. Say something that only the real Sam would say. Let's bring it.
Okay,
Bring it.
okay. He would say... What would I say? He would say, save 25% off site-wide with code CRITICAL25.
Okay.
There you are.
Thank you. Thank you. You guys scared me there for a second.
Bring your Emmy next time, you weirdo.
Wow.
I do every day in my backpack. I just don't tell you guys.
Perfect. Cool. Is that the last of the bits then? I think we're good to move on. All right then.
Let's move on.
Beautiful. This episode is also sponsored by our friends at Shopify, an easy-to-use, all-in-one commercial platform for anyone. Shopify lets you sell online, in person, and all major social platforms, and powers more entrepreneurs than anyone else in the world. Millions of businesses in 175 countries. The tool set is really simple to utilize, and regardless of your industry, Shopify is the ideal option to get your business moving. Right now, they're offering a special 14-day free trial when you head over to shopify.com/critical. So head over to check it out for yourself. And thank you so much for supporting the show. Marisha, over there by Sam Riegel, what do you got next up on the list?
Just sitting next to my good friend. Just a friendly reminder that our next episode of Four-Sided Dive will air next Tuesday, August 9th at 7 p.m. Pacific. Yes, that does deserve applause. Moving forward, you can still, it's not right yet. It's still not right yet. Moving forward, you can catch our monthly talk show on Tuesdays. But it might not always be like the first Tuesday of the month because there's still like a pandemic and stuff. So
Fair enough.
there's that. Yep.
We'll see.
Laura, I think you got some things to talk about.
I have a sprinkle neck pillow.
That is
Gonna
Wait.
focus on
Adorable.
that.
Wait, look at this. Oh, number one, the packaging's super cute, but number two, here's a neck pillow, and you can have it.
Is he undying?
It's in our store.
Can he survive the astral sea?
Apparently, he looks a little worse for the wear though. And then, in addition to that, we also have this set of keychains. They're like little vintage hotel keychains.
Oh, for all your rendezvous.
Yeah, for all your sexy times. We've got Aspire by Fire.
For all your sexy times?
Meet at the hotel.
I have so
You
many
know,
questions.
at the hotel.
For all the different rooms?
Aspire by Fire. You know what it is? I said it because one of them is Scanlan's Motel of Love.
there you go. Perfect.
So that's why I
the
thought
only
that's
reason.
why.
Right.
And then the Lavish Chateau as well. All the sexy times you need.
Hold on a second. Is the mole on my left butt cheek or my right butt cheek, Sam Riegel?
Riegel.
If I remember correctly,
Yeah.
when we used to sword fight, and you were Darth Vader,
Yes.
and I was Lord Helmet, and we
Helmet.
touched tips. Left.
That's really Sam. Damn.
It's totally
Wild.
Sam. It's
That's
totally
wild.
Sam.
And you can now purchase the Tal'Dorei Campaign Setting Reborn as a standalone PDF in our Critical Role shops. And as a reminder, purchasing a physical book from our store will also give you download access to the PDF, so grab what works best for your adventure. And also, super wild that Tal'Dorei Reborn was nominated for an Emmy Award for Best Setting.
That's right.
Completely blown away by that. So thankful to be alongside so many great designers and writers who worked on this book and so many other books as part of the Ernie Awards. Just happy to be included and thought of in any regard. But anyway, I think it's really cool. All right, I think that concludes our announcements.
Play some
Nothing weird here. Let's just get into it.
Sam, let's
So,
play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Let's do it.
yeah, I love it.
No, it's a 4.
Doesn't bode well for the coming encounters. Let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of Critical Role.
One by one we climb until we reach the top. 2 by 2 we fall. Will we meet our end or meet our destiny? Hold your breath and roll.
How do you want to do this?
It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery. Who knows what will happen? He might. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. From the healer to the renegade, we all share the same goal. Adding more allies, taking more chances. Hold your breath and roll.
You can certainly try.
It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery. From darkness, our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
And welcome back. So, last we left off, Bell's Hells in the city of Bassaris in the Hellcatch Valley had been chasing down the individual known as Armand Tresci, who escaped from Drusar after being tied into some very dark stuff. He managed to uncover the fact that he was currently held in the seat of disdain. You know, deeds of despair. Or should I give you despair? No, the seat of disdain, under guard of the Paragon's Call. Upon confirming his location there and putting together your plans, you also discovered that Bertie Calloway, the mother of Fern, was also traveling to town and has been doing so for some business for some time. And along this way, you encountered an individual named Dusk who had an amnesiac history that seemed to tie with the Calloway parents as well. This chance meeting led to some interesting bonding, some tension, some awkwardness, but nevertheless, kind of briefly inviting this bright-eyed individual into your found family for the time. And upon growing close to uncovering the means of getting to Treshy by entering the Death Wish Run, an extremely dangerous, deadly, and really fun race through all manner of streets and terrain around the city of Bassos. You succeeded in doing so and made your approval entry into the Paragons call to pursue this threat. The next day, upon traversing to Imahara Joe's place to turn in your loner crawler, as well as possibly looking to get the other one repaired, you watched as a skirmisher crawler rode up with Birdie Calloway in tow. As she stepped into the shop, eventually, Fern and the rest of the group began to approach, in which you had a sudden reunion with Birdie. And then also noticed that Dusk was unfamiliar to your mother, at which point Dusk reached out and grabbed both of your arms and revealed the form that you know as Dusk to perhaps not have been the true form that you expected. Instead, seeing behind a somewhat opalescent, multicolored skin upon pale white hair and dark, dark attire. And that was where we left off. So here, picking up in the middle of Imahara Joe's shop with him in the back and a couple of the interns kind of scattered amongst the shop, not really noticing what's happening at the moment, the rest of you look tensely at this reveal, as Birdie has a look of fear and anxiety in her face and looks over to Fern also. You led them right to us?
What? Wait, why do you look so different?
I'm sorry I had to lie to you, Fern. Do you want to tell her, or shall I? What you really are.
Go. Go right now. Run. Don't get mixed up in all this stuff.
Don't go, Fern. I haven't done anything to harm you or your friends, have I? And I've had plenty of opportunities. This person's as much a stranger to you as I am. Possibly more. Isn't that right?
Somebody's got to start talking or we're going to start fighting, so I urge that to start happening now.
I can only surmise that this creature has been sent here by the Unseelie. Your father and I, we went off to do some things to
go save the world? Those are the lies that you told your little girl.
That's not a lie. We're working on things that are important.
Very well.
Oh, just wait. Very confused. You don't know them.
No, but I know where they came from.
And you don't know.
I've never had the pleasure. No.
Orm steps up behind Fern's legs and watches between them, directly behind her.
What does it mean when she asks what you are, Birdie? You've been getting these arcane batteries, these devices, right? What are you using them for?
Important things that aren't privy in mixed company at the moment.
And what is the Unseelie
What is the
court?
Unseelie?
I'm so confused.
Fern. Run. And she begins to release the fingers from your arm. And immediately begins casting a spell.
No, wait.
And as she snaps, she vanishes from sight. And is going to try and pull from your grasp.
All right.
So I'm going to need a contested
Strength
roll.
What grasp?
Actually,
Was there a
athletics.
grasp that was cast at the beginning? Oh, yeah.
Athletics from you.
Yeah.
23.
Oh, shit.
She does not pull free. So you watch as suddenly after Birdie vanishes and is released from your grasp, you watch as the individual you knew as Dusk, the artist formerly known as Dusk, their arm gets jerked to the side, and you see one of the tables get shifted and things tumble off onto the side and crash onto the ground. But you watch as their arm holds firm out in the middle of space.
And we can still see Birdie? Or
No, Birdie is invisible.
She's invisible.
What is going on?
Orem double rolls through Fern's legs, Dusk's legs, and draws his blade and presses it into the small of Dusk's back.
We're just getting acquainted. I gave you the opportunity to tell them. Your parents are nothing but a couple of charlatans. They're grifters, important at the Sealy court. Everything they've ever told you is lies. They prey on the foolish and the weak-minded. And they stole from the Unseelie court. What did you think was going to happen?
If you want to have a conversation, why don't you let go of my friend? And I press it half-inch into her back.
You hear from the space where you assume Birdie still stands. What we took didn't belong to the court to begin with.
And it belonged to you then?
No, but better in our hands working towards a good goal than being stuck in a vault somewhere.
I shapeshift into the hottest half-elf man that you have ever seen in your life. Orem, invitation still open.
I stab her in the back.
Roll for an attack. And then we're gonna probably roll for initiative. And based on what you do after this may or may not trigger initiative.
17.
Two, just barely makes it.
All right, let's go ahead and roll damage.
Just 6.
So 6 points of slashing damage to you.
Yeah, I'm not swinging, I'm just pushing in.
Right. So you feel the pain as the blade kind of carves through the outer layer of your armor, finds flesh and digs about 1.5 inches to 2 inches in, missing anything vital, but enough to cause your muscles to seize up. The reaction is yours.
Or, don't you want to hear what Mama Calloway has to say before you go further with this?
Yeah, just let go of Fern's hand. Huh?
Absolutely. I let go of Fern's, but I keep my grasp tight on the invisible hand in mine.
I still have Birdie's other hand.
And Birdie let go of you, trying to dart away and give you an out.
So I'll draw the blade out of the small of her back and stand at the ready.
Okay.
I don't understand why you're here. Why are you going after my
Your
parents?
parents are thieves. They have stolen what is ours.
No, they haven't. No, they didn't steal anything.
We did steal, but there are things larger at work here than any of this bullshit that this one's toddling after.
Yes, there are bigger things.
Just for a level set, yeah, can we talk about what was stolen?
What is the Unseelie court?
There is a complex series of politics and alliances in the Feywild. You're familiar, the Sealy court, where Fern comes from. There is the Unseelie court as well. I am a representative of the Unseelie court, and they stole from us, threatening to throw all of it into disarray.
All right.
Are these two courts like mortal enemies or sometimes friends?
Sometimes friends. There's nothing quite so rigid and, hard as there are here.
Sometimes friends mean sometimes enemies.
Dear representative, what is your real name?
I am you. You is me. Yusufayed. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance again.
Yusufayed?
Yusufayed.
Nice to meet you. Pleasure. Oh.
He's going to pull away from your grasp once more. So roll another athletics check.
15.
22. With this now, at that moment that you are distracted, clutching on and giving a kiss to the hand of your creepy friend, you feel an immediate tug and a twist, and your grasp on Birdie is lost. I'll say with this roll, there isn't much of a sign of any other clutter or impact, just the sound of heavy hoof prints. Doo, 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 a few steps against the wood. And once more you hear Birdie's voice go, "Don't get involved."
Oh, no. What do you want us to
I'm
do?
gonna try to use my mage hand to hold the door shut.
Okay.
I'm gonna block the other door.
Okay, so there's a door at the front and there's a door at the back that leads to the... And there are the two, at this point now, the two interns that were in here doing work are both like back to the wall, just kind of watching.
And where's
They both-
Imahara Joe?
They both filter out the back where Imahara Joe is.
I may have lied about who I was, Fern, but I really couldn't trust any of you.
I'm sure this is something that we can just talk about and settle, just calmly if everyone just sort of sits down and talks through it and is honest with each other.
I'm casting my vote for knocking both of them out.
Both of who?
Birdie?
Fern's mom?
I mean,
I'll come along quietly if you just want to talk.
What are you trying to do with her?
Take back what belongs to the court and enact punishment. You all understand that, don't you?
We're gonna need more than vagaries.
Yeah, what was taken again?
A very powerful artifact.
Oh.
The voice of Birdie, now distant in the room to try and remain as sourceless as possible, but still kind of coming from what would be considered, if you're looking in from the front, the far right back corner. Her voice is, "She's only here to kill us. There's no other way out of here."
How can your daughter believe anything that you say to her? I may have lied about who I was, but I have told you the truth about my motives. I've told you the truth about who you are. I've told you the truth about your parents, and she doesn't deny it.
I haven't said a single lie to Fern.
Well, you did say that she was only gone for 6 years or something.
It's
but
only been 6 years!
She told us it was 90.
Goes quiet within the room. We'll figure that out.
Have you been sending her postcards? Things to remind her how much you care about her?
I have them. I have them all.
Who sent them then?
The invisibility remains, but the voice comes through again. Fern, there's a lot of things we gotta talk about and figure out, it seems, but me and your father have never lied. What we're doing is important.
I know.
You don't, though.
Does literally anyone want to tell us what it is you are doing?
Taking back my stuff. I told you the day that I met you, nobody touches my stuff nor the stuff of the Sealy court.
That makes sense. I mean, Dusk has told us at least what they want. Wait, fuck. Is your name Dusk?
No, it's Yusuf.
I'm paying attention. I'm just making sure everybody else got that. Okay, but maybe we should have Birdie tell us what they
Go on, Birdie.
are doing with the thing that
What
was
are you
taken.
doing with the thing that you stole from an entire governing body?
Yeah, Birdie.
Yeah, maybe it like kills droves of people, and maybe we shouldn't let you have it back, but maybe it's...
Roll a perception check for me, if you don't mind.
Oh, that's good.
18.
Just 18.
Okay. As you're finishing this statement, kind of talking in the space where you last heard Birdie's voice, there's a rapid thump, poof, and heavy impact sound right in front of you, as if something's feet had left the ground for quite an arc of a leap. And right as the impact hits the wood in front of you, you feel I think a 26 will hit. A sharp pain in your abdomen. As the rest of you watch Birdie in her jacketed attire from before suddenly apparate in front of you, blade kind of jammed in towards the waist, and looks right over you and says, I said, go! And with that, you take...
Orm repositions opposite Birdie.
18 points of slashing damage, that includes the sneak attack damage. And is going to attempt...
I know. I just say, stop! And I'm going to try to command Birdie to stop.
Command Birdie, okay.
Can I take half of that damage?
I would
if you'd like to.
Cast it at second level and try to get both of them.
You and Birdie?
So that's...
Birdie and Yusuf.
You.
All right, so wisdom saving throws?
Why?
You said last.
Thank you.
Sapphire.
You suffice.
So I'll absorb 9 points of that damage.
Okay, so you absorb 9 of that damage.
So that would be a wisdom save of 15.
Do I just... I roll
Yeah.
from... Yeah. Check. I fail. Yes!
Birdie succeeds. So as you slacken, Birdie grabs you from behind and takes the blade and just kind of holds back, kind of facing the rest of you, with a pleading glance in her face. You don't understand. They're here to kill me.
Please
They're here to kill your father.
I don't
They're going to kill everyone.
How do we know?
We just got one right now. Let's ease down. Ease down.
Yeah, we'll promote a neutral environment, but right now you're the only one poking somebody with the sharper part.
Can Orm take the blade off of Dusk's hip?
Oh, that's a good idea.
If you'd like to try.
Of course.
If you're doing this overtly?
No, yeah, plain as day, walking right up.
Okay.
While
Are you
Birdie's
going to...
Got him.
I'll try to wriggle that out of the way.
Okay, so for this would be a contested athletics versus either athletics or acrobatics roll.
Is she held or what
Yeah,
did you
Birdie's
cast?
DM, while they're doing
cast
this,
stop.
can I drag my chisel across my thigh and just do a little crimson ray?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
17.
19.
Okay, so the blade is knocked free from Yu's...
Take it.
Okay.
And I back away. And I chuck it into the back room where Imahara went.
Hey, watch it.
Well, that door's closed currently, because you went in and locked it up.
We'll do the front door.
Okay. The front door is also closed, but you can...
Oh. You can throw it to someone.
I'll hold it. I couldn't see the invisible make-believe place.
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Fern, what do you want us to do? Following your lead here.
I'm very confused. I don't really know. I don't really know either of these people very well.
Well, one's related to you, so you better get her talking.
Okay. What are you trying to do?
What are you trying to do?
You see this intense look in her eye, kind of looking back at you and trying to figure out the right words.
Well,
look, you were born Exandrian before we took you back to the Fae. You were born under a flash of that ruddy-ass moon, and since we brought you back, that moon's been showing through in the Feywild where it wasn't supposed to be. No one believed us, and we've been looking into it for a while. And so we had to take something to help us figure out what the hell is going on.
wait, I was born under a...
Choose, you believe me or you believe this person.
Okay. I produce, my flame blade at 3rd level, and I stick it into your belly.
Okay. At this point, I think we're gonna roll initiative. Holy shit!
Where did you go?
lots of money.
Oh man. Guys, that was a sexy 20 minutes. Holy cow.
It's not prop money. This is my own personal stash.
Sure it is. Crisp.
Dang.
These
Starch $20 bills.
$20 bills.
Dang.
Yo, Matt.
So much just happened.
Whoa. Just.
Oh, credit card.
Keep it open.
Keep the tab open.
Do you take Apple Pay?
So,
Not unless they sponsor.
we'll be doing combat rounds here because it has now hit a point of aggression. This can continue in combat unless something else happens, but that's a pretty fucking aggressive move. So, first off, where's everyone placed? I'm gonna say we have right here, we have you placed there with Birdie. We have Ashton in the back. You had just, I'm sorry.
Is that you there?
That's you right there.
Oh, that's you.
Is that a changeling there?
What's your last name again?
Sophia.
I will say you,
further away.
Sophia.
As you hold my thing. Imogen,
Sophia.
where would you?
I could be over like this direction. Yeah, right there. That's good.
Got it?
From like this.
Okay. Ladna.
Oh, I was so close.
Right?
Yes.
So I copied off your paper after you said it. Well, where's Ladna? I don't know. Where am I?
Most of you guys had entered from this space.
Yeah,
this
that's.
front door.
I'll be kind of a catty corner to Imogen.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay. And with that, you right there. Fern, you're right there.
I'm sitting up on the bar.
God.
Just so I can get a good. Yep.
Over here?
Yeah, just with my feet dangling over the side.
I think I was near Ashton.
This is fucked.
All right. So you're back here. Okay.
Family the worst.
All right. So to that point. So since you are technically taking the initiative, we get one strike with your flame blade, and then we're going to go ahead and go to the initiative order. But just to kick off this, initiatives 25 to 20.
Oh wait, initiative. Oh wait, is this if we're in it or?
We are.
Everyone's in it.
Everyone's
Even if you
rolling.
try to make peace.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, but at this point, this isn't playful prokes and a social
I gave
tension
a
moment.
warning.
This is a full sweep with a flame blade.
That's like a good-
So 25 to 20.
No.
I had to.
Commit.
I had to.
No, respect.
Okay, I was-
25 to 20.
Nothing.
20 to 15.
18.
17.
Okay.
15 for me. So.
Okay, so we have.
Orem, Chet, Fern.
Yeah.
Chet, Birdie, then Fern.
Ooh.
Orm is also dual wielding right now, so shield's on his back and his AC is lower.
Okay.
Right, because you have the sword.
Yep.
15 to 10.
13.
All right.
Loud enough.
Loud enough.
10 to 5.
Affected another player.
5.
Okay.
Good. Oh.
4.
I made it.
It's your turn.
Where's FCG?
Rollies. Ashton. Rollies.
Are we rolling?
Yep. So you was first. You got the same.
That's mock
fine.
rollies.
11.
19.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay, so
FCG, then Ashton. All right, and
At the bottom of the roll.
You're. Oh wait,
what
I'm
did you-
12. Beverage smells so
Oh,
good.
you're
and
12.
I-
It was great.
Between Lausna and
Do you
Imogen.
order from the
Yeah.
plate?
okay.
Und Imogen.
So,
Oh boy.
Fern, first you create the flame blade and then rush up. And go ahead and roll your attack to flame blade.
No, we don't know anything yet.
Nope.
That's right.
Oh no.
It's a delicious
Natural
mess.
one.
So,
Yeah.
I will say this.
That's a one.
I will say, as you watch as Fern creates this massive flame blade and rushes towards you, how do you react to this to avoid being struck?
If you kill me, there'll be worse assassins coming after you. Everyone in the Fey Court is after you.
You hold the blade at bay. In that moment, the phrase kind of cutting through, and Birdie's like, "Don't listen to her."
Why is everyone after us?
Orem, you're up.
After us? After what?
Orem ducks his head down low, so he gets low and runs straight towards Dusk's feet, and I'm going to do a tripping attack and drop this motherfucker on their back.
Okay.
Which motherfucker, to be clear?
Oh, you.
Okay.
Excuse me. Sorry, I'm getting used to it.
Undecided.
That's all
I
good.
know exactly.
15 misses, I think, right?
Motherfuckers.
Natural 20 on the second. So trip attack. With your blade, which I don't know the details of.
Which, well, you are not
Proficient in it?
Well, I believe it requires
attunement.
Well, whatever
Right?
magic, I'm still using it to put them on the ground.
So for you, it would be just a standard rapier. So it's a D8 damage plus your dexterity modifier.
Okay, so that's a 9, and you have to make a strength save of 16.
20.
You stay up. Okay, so I just slashed it across the back of your leg instead. So that is a 4 plus 5 is 9 plus the superiority die. 15 points of damage. No, I'll keep going.
Okay,
I'm gonna put him down. Next one misses. Second one is a 1, so I'll re-roll it. 19. Another strength save.
21.
You stay up, but I slash you again. So I just cut up the back of both of your calves, and that is 2 plus 5 is 7. 12 for the second.
Oh, God.
I think that was 15 and 12. And I will stay right there with your own blade pressed, aimed at your chest. At the guard. Done.
All right, finishing Orms, go. Chetna, you're up.
Oh, God. Okay. I've never done this before, but fuck it,
Told you
'cause
they're doing something that is severely fucking with both courts.
I'm going to use my blood maledict.
Hey! Okay.
I've never done this before, and I would like to amplify it and cast on Birdie the Blood Curse of the Marked with my bonus action.
On Birdie?
On Birdie.
Okay.
So I know where she is if she goes invisible again.
Ooh.
Do I have to hit her to make that take effect?
Okay, so the Blood Curse, the Marked, I believe, just increases damage on the attacks that you deal against the target.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What you're thinking of is the an ability you get next level.
Oh, that's what it is.
Can we level up right now?
Can we just level up real fast? Oh, you're right. It doesn't say anything about the thing that I'm thinking.
The brand of castigation is what you're thinking about, and that's next level.
Fair enough. I'm gonna slot. Oh, that is what I'm thinking of. Okay. I'm gonna jump off the bar. I'm gonna run across the room so I'm in front of those doors, and I'm gonna hold my melee attack action until you or Birdie comes this way.
Okay, you got it.
You really should tell us what you want to do here, Birdie, because I'm fucking siding with you. That's it.
All right, it's Birdie's turn. Birdie's let you go at this point from the strikes and the stabbing and kind of like trying to pull back. Birdie is going to go ahead and... Okay. So as Birdie stands back, in a similar way that the flame blade extends from your hand, Birdie's left hand suddenly begins to apparate this like pitch black blade of shadow that just emerges, and she grasps it and looks to you, Fern, kind of like both of you taller than you and kind of glaring over, says like, "We'll keep coming unless we finish it."
Okay.
I was going to go ahead and take 2 strikes. Or is it the shadow blade?
90 years. If we don't finish it.
90.
A single attack. That is, it's going to be a 13. And this goes for a swing, and how do you dodge it?
I, at that point, with my calves hamstrung, just sort of crumple for a second, then pop back up.
Nice.
And then Birdie's going to go ahead and attempt to circle around up onto this table and begin like hopping from table to table over to this side, just kind of blade still out, kind of just gauging the chamber. You do technically, though unarmed, you do get an attack of opportunity if you'd like to take it, or you can save your reaction.
I will save my reaction.
Alrighty. With that, Fern, it's your turn.
Okay. I am going to try the flame blade again, since it's out and ready to go.
Okay, roll another strike.
Okay.
Maybe we could just get along.
We don't fucking know what's going on.
No, it's delicious.
No. 19.
Yes.
That hits.
Can I use my reaction to try and catch her arm?
To try and catch her arm? I'll say, are you trying to like stop the attack, grab it, or like just grab it while you're getting hit with it?
Grab it while I'm getting hit.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll say go ahead.
So I'll let her hit me.
Okay.
Grab the arm.
Okay, go ahead and make an athletics check after you roll damage.
Okay.
Blade made of fire sinks into your shoulder. That's dope.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
You're taking damage.
So
I'm fucking with you.
cool. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of aggression happening.
I know.
Really confusing.
Okay, 12 points of damage.
Okay.
Fire
13, and then fire damage. And then what am I rolling against?
You're making an athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay.
I'll say with disadvantage because you were in the middle of an attack.
Okay.
So,
Okay. 15.
Beats it.
That's a miss.
Yeah.
Wait, so what do you
No,
mean
I
beats it?
can't. So that beats my
That
check.
beats your 13,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, okay. So you go and grab, and you do hold on as the blade hits and kind of stare forward, but you pull away after the sudden brief bit of encounter, and she does manage to pull from your grasp.
Okay. So you strike at me, and a flaming sword cuts into my shoulder. I grab your hand for a moment, and I stare into your face. I'm sorry I had to lie to you.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth?
Would you have believed me?
Probably.
It's a shame then. My bad.
So, Fern, you still have your bonus action, your movement, if you'd like.
Yes. Okay, so.
There's a lot on deck.
Okay, I am going to. Well, that was a bonus action. Oh, fuck. Okay. I am going to bamf out Mister.
Okay. Whereabouts?
Over by Birdie.
Okay. On the table over there next
Or actually, I'm sorry.
Or-
Could I have him be behind, right behind, bamf him behind you? Okay. And I'm just gonna stay with my blade into.
Okay. Lana, you're up. With you on deck.
Lana's very stressed out.
Me too.
And, FCG. You just see shadows start to seep up from in between the cracks of the floor panels in the ground, and they circle up around Birdie, you, and Fern as I cast Bane on them. Please, I know emotions are high, but let's just
So
stop
saving
hurting
throws
each other.
are. Is it
They're saving
Constitution?
throws. It is, no, it is a charisma saving throw. So, 16. Save.
It's a fail on Birdie.
Oh,
I mean, your cursed spell.
17.
Yeah, that's safe. Just save.
25.
Wow.
So just Birdie gets Bane.
Just Birdie.
Birdie got Bane.
Birdie got Bane.
The shadows kind of wrap and begin to intertwine within bits of the fur that kind of encases her lower half.
saving throws?
Yeah.
And attacks.
Easy grand lottery.
Dustin, you. We don't want to kill you, but also we let you go. You can't just go killing Bern's parents either. I'm so conflicted.
I turn into Imogen. Alma, why would you want to hurt me?
Okay. Oh, I don't like that though. I don't like that. No.
So that's
Yeah, I
your.
was gonna do something else, but then you go and pull that.
So it's an action for your spell, but you still have a bonus action if anything. Or are you good?
I'll hold it for now.
Okay. You, it's your turn.
I use Channel Divinity, and I use
This has paladin shit.
Divinity.
Channel divinity, conquering presence.
On.
So on everybody in a 30-foot radius.
Oh!
Make a wisdom save.
I thought we were cool. What the fuck?
That's
that fear.
Will.
Fear. You're probably okay.
That'll be everybody.
Wisdom save?
Yes, wisdom.
Wow.
Birdie fails.
What are we trying to
What are we trying to beat?
16.
Fail.
Fail.
13, but I'm immune against frightened.
Success.
Fail.
Ooh.
Okay, so for
Wait,
those,
is this a magical effect?
it is a magical
So I
wisdom.
have an advantage.
Oh, I have
effect?
advantage.
From a fae specifically.
Oh yeah, so 20. I succeed.
Okay.
19.
Ooh.
Okay. So who failed then?
Raise your hands.
So it's you and Birdie.
You
All right.
Okay. So what's the effect on the failure?
Okay. So on a failure, you're frightened for a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
Must move away.
Must. Can't get any closer. Not gonna help you anyway.
Okay. So that's your action.
I remember when you all found me in the alley being attacked by people trying to steal from me. You murdered them. You murdered them, and then Ashton, you stole their shit.
Just business.
Right. And so why am I the bad guy now? I could have killed any of you a million times over on the bike with Orem. I could have smashed you while you were in my pocket. I could have left you to die on that bike, but I didn't. And now what? Now what? I'm going to die here, and you're gonna have no answers, not from your mother, not from any of the assassins that will come with much worse intentions than me.
Then I guess we'll just have to keep killing every single one of them.
It's a good point.
Sign up for
That's a good point. She's got it. They've got answers. Like,
Thanks to you. Good luck.
All right. So bonus in a movement. You.
As a bonus, I would like to curse Birdie.
Ooh.
With which one?
Hexblade's curse.
Hexblade's curse.
Ah.
Describe how the curse takes effect on Birdie. You said that.
Birdie.
backing him up.
I reach out. Prisms of rainbow light fly out. They encircle Birdie. And I say, even if I'm gone, you know damn well that they're never gonna stop. What are you gonna fight every single member of the Seelie and Unseelie courts and the Keeper of the Moon Tides?
You see the fear in her eyes as you're kind of staring at her, and she takes a couple steps back. I guess they just have to keep finding us then. It took you this long. And almost like slips off the back of the table, instinctually trying to step away from the intense glare that you're giving her. I don't know. You stay put, or you? Mm-hmm. Okay. Finishing that brings us to Imogen's turn with the FCG on deck.
I am going to cast Detect Thoughts on Birdie.
Ooh, yeah!
Open the fucking book up. Come on.
Let's see, what's up?
Okay. You just double check. Right. So you cast a spell, and it has action. You can focus your mind on the creature, blah, blah, blah. Yep. All right, so you learn the surface thoughts of the creature. Let me whisper over to you. Well, actually, I'll say, are you gonna diving, pushing
Yes,
past? Okay.
immediately
Let's go
diving.
safe on that.
With minus the D4.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Show you the space.
That's why I went for it.
That's wisdom, right?
Yes, it is.
Minus the D4 makes the difference.
Bane.
Guys, D&D Beyond. Unlock all 4 Spelljammer prequel adventures on D&D Beyond at https://dndbeyond.link/CR space.
I played Spelljammer in sophomore year.
Oh, Bane. We should do a Bane children's series.
I don't want to hear all the juice.
Paladin shit. Wow, this is a long-ass whisper.
She's serving some.
I could do this again. D&D Beyond, everybody.
Look at Laura's face.
I know.
She looks like she's.
Well, this is a lot. This is a big dump for 6 seconds.
Dude, this is the first time they're going like a second level D.
Yeah,
Or one of them.
This is
Yeah,
like
she's like, she just went on Space Mountain for the first time.
Yeah, kind of.
and we got the photo.
Your nose is bleeding, Laura.
11. There go walk. You know what you want.
So that was your action.
That's my action.
Nice.
There's so many mixed feelings I'm having.
We're in suspended animation here.
For my bonus action, and I'm gonna talk to you, and I'm just gonna say, we can make this stop. We just need to talk.
I'm listening. I shift back to my form. Sorry.
We can stop fighting.
All right.
And I'm just gonna
Who's fighting?
just call out, let's talk. But I don't know if anybody's gonna listen to me.
Okay. So that finishes Imogen's go with a shout echoing in the muffled wood and metal scrap-filled room saying, let's talk. With that, it is now FCG's turn with a quick action following on that.
Hearing that, I will. Hi. Hearing that, I will cast Aura of Vitality as my action, and I will restore 2d6 hit points to you.
Oh, wow.
And let's see how many that is. 5 plus 6, 11 points.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
And just say, Imogen's right, we should all just talk, and we can work this out. Please?
Buddy.
All right. That's your action. You have your bonus or
I think
movement
that's
one?
also my bonus.
Oh, right. To trigger the aura?
Yeah.
Correct. Do you want to stay put or do you want to move?
Yeah, I'll roll right up and stand. I'll use my body to shield Duskew.
Okay. Action. It's your go. You are frightened, so you cannot actually move closer towards you.
Can I scoot around the walls of the room at all?
You can, yeah.
I'm going to make a run to Birdie if I can do it.
You do have
Running
enough.
to Birdie. You're running to
I
Birdie.
rev 40 feet.
So yeah, you can get right up against Birdie right here.
So I can get there?
You're a little bit. You're kind of like against the wall and like scooting as far away, which means it gets you up against the table where Birdie is. Birdie's still above the table and like at a 5-foot diagonal from you, but it's right there. Yeah.
Can I grapple?
If you'd like to, yeah.
I'm going to rage and grapple.
Okay.
So I'm fucking
so bonus
rage.
action to a rage. Go ahead and for that it'd be an athletics check
All right.
with advantage because of your
Want
rage.
to see what I get, just so I have. Oh, this is fun. Cool. This will help a lot. Athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
19.
19.
Minus the D4.
Minus a D4, indeed. That brings it to a 16. So you have Birdie grappled. As Birdie's about to leap off the table towards the entrance doorway, hoping to just push past the tiny, angry gnomish man who's currently standing in front of it. You go ahead and...
We're all sitting down and calming the fuck down!
Okay, with that, you now have Birdie grappled. Her speed is 0. She cannot move. Stuck under the walls. You don't know what you're doing!
Elaborate!
Alrighty.
Oh, do I save against fear?
You do, yeah. Or you roll to see if you can save against.
Yeah. It's wisdom?
I believe it's wisdom save for your presence, right?
15?
Nah, still afraid. Still afraid. Okay. So, finishing your go there, that brings us to the top. Orem, you're up. Birdie is grappled. You has been partially healed and has done no overtly aggressive actions towards anyone but Birdie.
Yeah.
Orem circles around to, gets behind you and slaps you in the small of the back, and you need to make a dex save, 15.
Ouch.
20. Natural 20.
The bead of imprisonment smashes on her back, on their back, and does nothing. Nothing. No.
But we haven't wasted it yet,
Yeah,
right?
that's it.
That was
right?
That's it.
It smashes.
Oh my god.
Well,
Okay.
we'll move to plan B on that one.
Plan A?
Oh, nope.
Yep.
I went forward.
Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works.
And I will just keep both. That's the end of my turn, so I'll keep both blades trained on the small of your back.
You got it. Okay. That brings us now to Chetney. Birdie after that.
Oh yeah. What Ashton said. Yeah, go ahead, Orm.
Can I? Never mind.
Are you attempting to intimidate Birdie? Is that what you're doing?
No, me.
What action are you shouting?
No, I've just said what Ashton said. We're all gonna talk it out. Birdie, chill the fuck out. Oh, and I'll actually move closer to. I'm gonna get within melee of Fern and you, and just holding up. I'm holding up the double doves. Peace.
Peace.
In our lifetime. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not the
What is he
I'll say for the purposes of the intent, she is grappled. I would have both Ashton and Chetney go ahead and just roll a standard intimidation check as you are both kind of trying to get her to stand down.
Intimidation.
Intimidation.
18.
Natural 1.
Okay. So she doesn't even see your face as you're just clutching her legs and she's like poof, down onto the table. The fear in her eyes looks up and just sees you kind of shouting that towards you as you have the blades out and then kind of curl over, kind of flanking between where like Fern and her on the table are. Everything kind of situated. Birdie just kind of slackens in your grasp. And there's a brief moment, we'll say here, at what would be Birdie's turn. The initiative order is going to go ahead and pause.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Mark that there. And there's just quiet in the shop, except for the sound of one small glass vial that's been like rolling on the table after Ashton slammed Birdie on his...
Somebody catch that.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, everybody just stay calm. No more stabby stabs. I think we need to have a little consideration that you didn't attack anybody, had all the opportunity before and after the reveal. Nice dramatics, by the way. Top marks. Birdie, I'm glad you've reunited with your daughter, but holy fuck, we need a little bit of context because she deserves it. We deserve it. And we're not killing somebody we really have no idea who they are without it.
You feel your own blade pressed into the small of your neck, and you feel Orm's blade pressed into the small of your back.
You also heal 4 hit points.
long does that last? How long does that aura last?
I get to do it 10 times.
Not too bad.
I say
So
out
it's 1
loud, to Birdie. I know you're trying to do the right thing, but from the looks of it, you're the bad guy.
Gives you a confused look.
How do you know the Nightmare King?
I
knew it!
What? How?
I knew it!
What?
Look, some things are bigger than quabbles, and Ira's done some bad stuff in the past, but it's the only person that can help us with this thing that's much bigger than all of us.
He tried to kill us. Perhaps he had some good points.
He mentioned he ran into you, but he didn't kill any of you.
Well, he
tried.
That was
Yeah,
I
his
remember
name.
we talked. They kept him.
Of course I remember.
Bad man doing a lot of bad things.
And there's a bad person coming in here to do more bad things. And me and your father maybe have not done some great things either. Look where we come from. We're beings based on whim. And for this the first time in both of our lives, we found something that's bigger than all of us. And we've sacrificed a lot to do it, and we've worked with people we're not proud of. But there's something real strange going on.
If you tell us, maybe we can help and do the right thing.
I'll tell you. If you promise not to let this one go back and tell the rest of her kind what we're working on.
I think you gotta help us understand what's going on right now, man.
We're still figuring it out. Look, we already knew there was some weird connection with you and that red Exandrian moon, but when we only have the light of Katha in the Fey realm.
You don't have. Wait, you don't have the red moon in the Feywild?
Rudis is terrestrial to Exandria. Only Katha's light from the Moonweaver finds its way to the Feywild.
Except now.
Except for about 7 or so years ago, it began poking through. And what many have been kind of figuring out, that's strange and odd. It's been offering some odd boons on that side that the Unseelie have been more than eager to try and utilize. But the more we began to look into it, because of its connection to our fern, the more we found there's a lot of unhealthy history behind that moon. And your father had, well, as part of his attempts to try and figure this out, he began to have visions, and nobody believed us. We beseeched the Seelie to help, but they didn't believe us, because we're, untrustworthy folk.
Criminals, you're criminals.
Okay.
That word doesn't really hold as much weight as you think it does in this group.
Especially not in this city.
Keep
Well,
going.
what do you mean visions? What kind of visions would he have?
He said he saw something about this red moon tearing through in the Feywild and just leaving devastation in its path. And in the center of it, he kept seeing you.
You?
Her, Mac.
Me?
Yes, Fern.
Okay. That sounds. Did I do something wrong?
No, you've done nothing wrong. That's why we didn't take you with us, because we knew when we did what had to be done, we'd be considered fugitives. Paragons, whatever the word is, the P word. No, it means you've been cast out. Prize, that's the thing. Sorry, I wasn't as well learned as some of you.
Strange word anyway.
That's why we left you with Maury, because we knew you'd be safe there and they wouldn't connect you to us while you were there.
Well, how old are you now?
I mean, it's hard to keep on years, but, you know, healthy early 50 maybe.
Looks like it.
Aren't you 112?
How is that possible?
I'm a lot older than you.
You mentioned something strange about that. I get the feeling that maybe,
You've been gone for a very long time.
You shut up. You.
I give you a little jab in the back of the neck. Not enough to cause damage.
You heal 4 hit points.
18.
She said the unseelie court
Yes.
was taking advantage of Ruidus. What is she talking about?
They were working with somebody, some Exandrian folk to try and put something together, something arcane that was going to help further their boons from the Red Moon, and we tried to warn them against it, that it wasn't something to be bringing any good their way, and they laughed at us, cast us off. So we took what was the center of what they were building.
Now, think of it from our perspective, where we have an entire complex political system, and these two charlatans come through the court with spouting nonsense about some dreams, and then abscond with a very powerful relic that we are trying to use for the betterment of the entire Unseelie court.
Board of Hearing relic. What are we talking about?
What is it?
That's above my pay grade.
Is it? Well, it's not above yours. You know what it is.
It's the Moontide Crown. It's just... It's an artifact. We're still kind of figuring out the depths of it, but it has strong ties to the Moonweaver and the connection of the perpetual moon glow we have in the Feywild. And we're still trying to figure out why it was the center of what they were building, let alone who they were working with.
What were you building?
Well, this is where we need Ira's help. Me and your father aren't really machine savvy. So we tried to recall what the basis of what they were constructing. He's not a good man, but he's clever.
Even both of the courts have cast out this mad scientist, and all of you are trying to capture somebody just for working with him. And what about her? Why is she different? Just because you're related by blood?
Do you know much about Ira's hobbies?
We know enough. We're strange bedfellows.
I'm going to reach into my pocket. Don't poke me anymore. All right?
Wait.
Okay.
I will get what you need.
Please, help yourself. Inside should be a little hand mirror.
Hand mirror?
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else in there?
Oh, there's plenty.
Right now. Right fucking now.
Yeah, I have to. I'm sorry. It's just the way I'm made.
What else is in your pocket?
It does told Fern to just go crazy and do anything. So.
Just pull out all the pockets.
Things that I did not quit. I have.
Which one of these things is it?
What do you? Should I? Maybe I'm gonna.
Razor, piano wire.
9, 10, you get 50 feet of rope.
Deep purse.
In case I pull out the hand mirror.
Right? You know what that is, don't you?
Not particularly privy, no.
Oh, well. It's something that your friend, Ira, created. Don't look in the mirror.
What's in there?
Corrupted versions of my kind. They're trapped in that mirror.
Like souls?
Like shadows that are sent out to assassinate whoever that mirror is activated and pointed at.
Ooh.
Don't look in the mirror.
Did you look at it?
Well, you didn't know how to activate it, though.
Oh, okay.
That's not good, right?
Wait, Ira did that?
Yes. It's one of the tools of my trade, which is why I'm telling you that any other assassins that come after me will not have any qualms about using such tools. I didn't.
So if you get the crown back, you leave, return to the Unseelie Court, and Birdie gets to go free?
No.
How?
No. No, even if I let Birdie go free, other assassins with other mirrors will come after you and your husband and your precious daughter.
We'll just hide again. I mean...
So that worked very well for you for about 6 years.
It
What
did.
happened to the others that came before me, How did all my rivals disappear?
Well, it's a dangerous world here, Exandria.
Okay, but, we're talking about a lot of casualties, not...
Are all of you ready to take that on?
Wait, why did you want me to pull us out?
Look, if it hunt...
I just wanted to sort of show you how it works or something.
There's some overt manipulation going on here, and I just want you to know that whatever...
Manipulation?
You're built of it. It's your kind. Look, I'm trying
Racist?
I understand that there's those coming after us, but if what Hondir says is right, there's only a short amount of time before we have to finish things. Something big's coming.
Could you maybe give us a little bit of a clue?
We're in a real delicate position
just-
here, ma'am. We're trying to figure out what to do. The more forthcoming you can be, the better.
I was killing children. Do you know this? He was scooping up vagrants and youths.
I'm certain he was doing it at somebody else's behest.
That's not good.
Look, and I didn't realize that was the case.
I take a little knock to the head right there.
Look, I didn't know that's what he was doing. We were all trying to raise funds best we could to try and facilitate all this, and kind of points around to the room, what we've been working on. Look, we came out here and we crossed the boundaries into Exandria with nothing. In order to try and continue this work, we had to raise funds. I know Ira's been doing some work around here I didn't know would lead to that.
What are you trying to make?
You don't even know, do you? You don't know anything about this. You just have your visions and your sense of righteousness.
You. What are you trying to make?
We're trying to build a device to discern the true nature of Ruidus and why everything's overlapping. I mean, we have about a month till Fesserin. Around the 21st to 23rd, there's something that Hondir mentioned called an apogee solstice that's coming.
We can try to get you out of this right now. Not if you're going to continue to work with that one.
Look, I can take you to him. We have no blood attached to him. He's a necessary device to these ends, and to be fair, he sees in his own weird way the dangers of what might be coming.
Who's paying for all this? You said you're getting funding.
We've all been doing odd jobs here and there. I've been, between building, helping steal a few things for some folks down here. Ira was doing work up in Drusar, was paying well.
And when did you have intentions of returning to your daughter?
Well, once this was done and we knew she was safe.
You had no idea where she was. How could you tell she was...
We left her with Maury.
Yeah, the problem with ambition and, exploration and science is when it starts hurting innocent people, it becomes something else. Do you even have a timeline for how close you are to achieving some kind of a breakthrough or knowledge, or are you just figuring it out?
We're close, it's missing a couple things. I mean, we only have a month till things get real hairy, so we were kind of on our truncated timeline anyway. I mean, last we reached out, we had hoped that one of the things that Ira needed to finish the device was something that even was a bit outside of his purview, and we asked if Maury could help make it for us.
What was that thing? It gets real hairy in a month because of the apogee solstice, right? What's the thing?
I need to take you to talk to Hondir. He knows it better than I do. I'm not a science person.
Who's Hondir?
Hondir's a friend that we made here in the city a while back who's also very concerned with all this going on.
What were you having?
He's a little
Grandma Maury
goblin
help
fella.
her?
He's lived here for a while. He works with a group of grim folk.
Grim folk?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Grim...
No.
No.
I can't remember what the rest of it's called.
You know, Grim?
It's not ringing a bell off the top of my head, but deep a little bit.
Hey, Matt.
All these.
Side question. Have I attuned to this blade yet?
It takes a short rest to attune.
Short rest. Yes.
There's all these names and organizations and things that you don't know and suppositions and dreams. Well, I have something concrete for all of you. Do you remember how I introduced myself as Dusk and spoke of a beautiful glen? A beautiful place, and how the Feywild was so enchanting, magical.
Sure.
Yeah.
I believe that. It is. It's the most beautiful place. Lights, song, dancing, anything that your heart desires. Even the darker parts.
You also lied straight to our faces and told us you were friends with this one.
I'm an agent of the Unseelie Court, and I will do whatever it takes. How was I to trust you? You shouldn't have trusted me.
If you think... And you see her to kind of try to wrestle an arm free from your grasp.
Quiet. You had your chance.
I wasn't finished. If you think it's so beautiful and you want to keep it safe, then you do your best to try and see this through, because if you let the people that sent you continue to fuck with the things that they're trying to do, it's all gonna burn.
It's your dreams and suppositions against all of our court.
Oh, it's not just ours. There's a bunch of people out there that have the same sort of feelings. Dear. These grim folk.
Feelings.
There are many people all throughout Exandria and beyond who are starting to put the pieces together, and we're finding each other, and we're trying to do this. We're on a short timeline, and it's ticking real thin here. And people like you getting fucked up in our business is going to make everything fall apart. Your ignorance is going to be the end of it all.
Oh, I see. So we're the big bad bureaucracy that won't listen to the intelligent scientists that are, kidnapping children.
Yes, and we didn't kidnap children. That was Ira, and we have a really intense conversation to have about that.
Well, you see, yeah. I don't know if you know, but his kind of like lab experiment kind of exploded and took down a tower. Probably a lot of innocent lives there, too. It's real messy.
No innocent lives there.
No,
We're not affiliated with that anyway.
Okay.
I have a proposition and a question. All of this Red Moon stuff she's been talking about, have you seen any of this with your own eyes or in your own experience?
It's true.
Here's my proposition. Short timeline. It gets hairy, in a month. Right? So here's the thing. I'm real old, but I like a little risk. I would wager that we could stave off other incursions for a month, if that's what it takes to figure out if there's anything to be done to prevent future bad moon flappy stuff. I know that might not be your assignment, but it might keep you alive long enough to go back to the Unseelie Court with more information than you left with. If in a month you can't produce results, you get the item back.
Honestly, if we don't succeed in a month, there's no reason for us keeping it. And if we do succeed, There's no sense in us keeping it. Either way, you can get it back. One way, it's not much to bring it back to, probably.
And maybe you help save lives. If in a month you come, you bring the heat. You take her and the item, and we'll see.
I cannot stress how dire the situation is to have the entirety of the Feywild against one family.
Well, it's just one court. There's a lot of folks there that aren't involved in this bureaucracy that you're speaking of.
It sounds like a lot of people are in this court, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that sounds reasonable.
Yeah, you literally hasn't thrown a punch. It's kind of speaking quite loudly in this scenario.
What would prevent other assassins from coming?
The return of the crown and the death of the Calloways.
Calloways? Like
just the two? Or
those
also...
two? Yeah, because she thinks she's 150 and was.
I will say,
Know about me, so
they don't
it
know
should be
about
okay.
Fern. So at the very least, when all this is said and done,
Oh, they know.
You told them?
I was just doing my job.
I feel the blade dig a little deeper in.
Okay.
you see Birdie's
Fern.
face just go pale.
What did you think was going to happen, Fern?
Okay. Here,
I would not turn you over to them.
You already did.
But you told him I was. You told him who I was. But how about this? If we give my parents a month, and if they don't succeed, I can go with you.
You'll go with her?
Fern.
Them?
I love it there.
But they'll kill you.
Well, probably not. They want to. They want to kill my parents and not me.
It's called leverage. You would be it.
What's leverage?
They would use you against them, yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe that's not a good idea.
Well, then they might not kill you. They might just sort of hold you as ransom.
Here's the thing about the Unseelie Court. They understand that we all have our own very specific desires and needs and wants. And what I want, Fern, is for you to discover your true potential. Look at you. You've almost killed me. You've just decided to do what you want and not be in the little boxes that this world puts you in anymore. Come with me to the Feywild.
Right now?
If you'd like to.
No, she's trying to get in your head, Fern.
She is. I can feel it. It's just, it's like Play-Doh up there. It's so easy to
Just want to squeeze it.
Your
That's what
parents
it
have done nothing but lie to you for 90 years, or is it 90 years, or is it 6 years?
Well, for it seems like
Come
for
with
good
me
reason.
and I will teach you. I will protect you from the courts.
Dusk.
But I feel I'm protected with all of them.
I waltzed in here and you almost killed yourselves multiple times before all of this went down. Am I wrong, Chetney?
No, this is how it usually is.
It's kind of just how we do stuff.
Birdie's glancing over towards you, Fern. Just
How long do you suppose that you will last? With all the courts turned against you.
All right.
30 days at least.
Enough mind games. You fucked with our head for the past several days. You've infiltrated our very comfortable family and.
Was it really comfortable?
Yes. Yes, we may be a weird group of oddballs, but we can all at least trust each other.
Don't you?
And we can't say that for you anymore.
Don't you have a lady talking to you in your head and nobody's really asked about it?
I do have a lady talking in my head, and you know what? She sounds a lot like you do right now.
Why? Because we have the same sort of accents, or what?
No. Because she knows exactly what to say to get me to do her bidding.
Fern. How have I lied to you? We told you we had to go do something important.
To save
We left you with Maury. And we've done everything that we've been trying to do to keep you safe. But at no point have I lied to you. At no point has your father lied to you. I know we've been away, and it was what we thought
It's the right thing to do.
would keep you out of this business that you didn't have any reason to be dragged into. That's changed now, and I mean, ultimately, you gotta believe what you gotta believe, but just think on it.
Yeah. It's... You guys were just gone for so long. But... You know, that's how time just works. What did you have Maury do? What did you have her... You said you needed her to do something?
I didn't know how to communicate with her. Neither did your father. So Ira said he needed something to finish the device, and so he managed to reach out to her and said that she'd be sending something along. I don't know when it'll show up, but hopefully in time.
The Nightmare King is friends with your grandma?
Well, no, I mean all the folks that live outside of the courts kind of know each other. They don't really...
Maybe they did date. Remember we were talking
and
about
he was like,
that.
you smell like a Callaway.
Did they date?
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't know Ira's history that well. That would be horrifying.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what if you're the Nightmare King's daughter?
Oh, I'm not... We're not blood related to Maury. She's just more of an honorary family friend.
I understand.
Her real grandmother? Farron, you have no tie to these people. You can all come with me. You heard about the Gnarl Rock?
The what?
Oh yeah, we've heard about the
I'm gonna command you to stop talking.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
That's for good.
25.
Oh yeah, you see.
So you can keep talking.
Wait.
What do you know about the Gnarl Rock? It's from the Feywild.
Yes, we know that.
The peace that you have is only a small bit of it, and everybody always ends up returning to it, for better or worse.
What's it do?
I don't know. It's just a powerful artifact.
In your head, you hear, you know Delilah's listening right now.
You know, sometimes it's important to remember that everybody can be an asshole, and this is not necessarily an either or. And I'm kind of feeling that right now. And while we're on the subject, what did Ira want to do with some fucking werewolves?
I don't know. He was hired by some rich folk up in Drusar.
You don't know what the werewolves were about? Really? Really? Is that a thing?
I don't know. I didn't ask what its business was. We were all just trying to earn coin and bring back the materials to keep going the machine. We're working on such a tight timeline here.
We've had fucking useless. I hit the head again.
Okay.
Your machine, are you trying to, what, destroy the connection to the Feywild from Ruidus, or are you trying to destroy Ruidus?
Are you trying to blow up the moon?
Oh, we don't have that kind of capability, but we're just trying to...
But if you did, you would.
I mean, of course.
Excuse me?
If it's gonna hurt our girl, we'll blow up both moons. But that's not what we're trying to do.
That would throw the entire ecosystem off of Exandria.
I don't think it would actually have any effect.
That's not true. It's flat out there.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's no relation.
You've gotten the chutney.
There's no relation to those things in the sky.
No
to us.
curvatures, though.
Well, no. Nana did send. Well, Maury sent me with something to give to you in case I saw you, and
What is it?
it's just it's
A rock or something?
yeah, it's just a little green gem.
Gem? Can I see it for a second?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay. I just want to see it.
Oh, yeah.
You look at it.
And
It's it looks like a green disc of glass. It's like rough on the edges, but it has like a smooth curvature to it, almost like a lens. But it's like a deep emerald coloration, and as kind of the light hits it, it has almost like a slight rainbow flash across it, like an oil slick on a puddle.
And I'm using Identify. Does it have any other?
You're using Identify.
Yeah.
Okay.
Magical. Magica.
Fucking plot thickens.
I still don't.
The plot is just so thick.
I don't know who to trust.
It's like stuck
It needs
to my
more milk. Milk
the
and
problem
stuff.
is none of them are trustworthy.
I feel like
That's
we
the
should-
problem. Nobody's
Yeah.
trustworthy.
I feel like we should flip a 3-sided coin and just kill one of the 3 of them.
How do you
Maybe Fern.
Well, that could solve all of our
I think
problems,
they both end
actually.
up unconscious by the end of this
heads or tails?
conversation.
Heads.
Tails. You die.
I agreed to it, so.
Sorry, I'm gonna look it up real fast.
No, sure.
Give me just a second.
Feel free to look it up using D&D Beyond.
Oh God, she's going to tell us more about ourselves. Everybody listen.
Is that sarcasm?
It's a little bit of both.
Well, I'm going to keep talking anyway. Is that you need me. You really do.
If you're with us, will other assassins stop coming?
Yes, as long as I keep giving reports.
Well, then why don't you just stay with us?
I suppose I could.
All tied up.
Why don't you give your first report now? Jab.
Heal.
I healed myself at the end.
Just in my head. You know.
And you said you're Unseelie Court?
Mm-hmm.
But which is still a court.
Yes.
And then there's a Sealy Court, which they're in. But
Well,
they said they were not in a court.
because they're more outside of the courts and trying to steal from both of them.
And this, well, he's
Are you hot on the trail?
Maybe we should sort of like stop down for a while.
Cold.
I've never seen him look up.
Okay,
this
there we
long.
go. Okay. It is the best you can ascertain. It's not like a known magical item.
Okay.
But the best sort of term you can come to is what's called a weave lens.
A weave lens?
And you kind of pull it up, and as you glance through it, and you kind of move, kind of looking through it at everyone around you, every piece of magical equipment that your friends are wearing seems to be giving off a glow. And then if you focus on the glow for a second, you can't really, you're not sure the nature of it, but there's like patterns and letters and symbols across each of them.
Who's got the weave lens right now?
I think you can see the magic.
Yeah.
They look like runic or language?
Both.
It's like God's Google glasses.
You got binary code.
FC just got this right now?
AR specs.
Yeah.
Letters?
Spoken language.
Spoken language.
We don't know
Yeah, I've explained what I'm seeing.
Okay.
yet. So you've got a lens and you're moving around the room?
I'm looking through, I can look through the lens.
Yeah.
And at everything has just like a little, like an IKEA catalog pointing to it saying, a Malm, $14.99.
Kind of like, and when you kind of look through it and you activate it, like let's say you see like, for instance, his hammer, right? You look over at their hammer and you see the hammer itself is kind of glowing, and then in a brief look where all that glow is, you can see patterns kind of like shifting around it, almost like the magnetic field of magical energies that swirl around it. And looking even closer still, where those bands of energy are, there's like very, very faint patterns across it. And you look closer at the patterns for a second, and it looks almost like there's script or some sort of a runic language that is creating these patterns.
Freshka, what do you see on you and Birdie?
And the sword.
I can't, I look at my hand. I can't really see me. Do I see magic on my hand or anything?
Nothing on your hand, no.
Not you.
Oh, that's what you meant? You? Oh, sorry.
I mean, there is, I guess you see a very, very faint kind of glow, just kind of the general nature of your existence seems to have a very subtle layer of magic.
Okay, I'll look at you. Any distinct colors or patterns?
No, there's nothing of a magical enchantment based on the physicality of you. You do see a number of items on them that are emanating magic.
Items do you see?
Look at you,
Like
sword.
what you see.
I'm sorry, I should have asked.
You see two
before
rings
I
on
looked.
opposite hands. You see the pair of like kind of dark gauntlets that are on their hands. What else does fresh cut grass see?
My robes, a faint sheen, shimmery, nothing wild or dangerous about it, just that it's very nice.
Okay.
And my boots give off
Kind of
a faint glow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I'll look at Fern's mom, I suppose, as well. See if she's packing heat.
You see the kind of in a small sheath to the side. There's a short sword that gives a faint, emanating glow, and that's it. Not carrying a lot on her.
So you were supposed to give this to whom again?
Oh, Grandma Maury gave this to me that if I ever saw my parents, I would give it to them.
Oh.
So,
Well, it doesn't seem harmful.
no, what is this?
I don't know the specifics of it, but it's supposed to go into the thing that Ira's been working on, both Ira and your father.
You're going to give it to the Nightmare King.
We are going to utilize it to assemble something that'll hopefully help us ascertain exactly what's coming.
Is that the missing piece you were talking about before, this little green lens?
It might be, if that's what Maury gave you. That was why Ira reached out to her.
We should go with you.
Himself, the
We should go
Nightmare
with-
King?
we should
Maybe
go
it's just an unfortunate name. Maybe he's a nice guy.
No, he's a
He's
terrible
really
guy.
not a nice guy.
Okay, well, it's
It
just a
just seemed
theory.
like a little weird, but
This is fortuitous. We don't even have to wait a month. We can, like, hightail it over there. We'll get some results. Maybe you come out looking like a champ.
yeah.
I mean, Imogen, this is something you've been wondering about too.
No, I know. I
Look.
really want to see what they're building.
They just said they would blow up the moon if they had the capabilities. If they could, they said they'd blow up the moon.
I'm not opposed
I'll do
to
whatever
them
it
blowing up
takes.
the moon. If
Whatever it
it's
takes
not-
to protect my daughter. Now, I'll tell you what. You want this back? Sure. We'll give it to you when all this is done. If you can hold off, if you can disappear and be just on the tip of our tail for the next month or so, let us finish this out. We'll give it back to you. And you can return, and if you need some blood on your hands to prove it, me and my husband, I've talked to him first to make sure he's okay with it, but I'm sure he'll understand. We'll come back with you, but you do not touch Fern.
I'd never dream of harming your daughter.
You'd never be able to harm their daughter.
Sounds like we got a deal.
Here's the thing, though.
Shit.
Is number one, what are you going to do when other assassins come after you? And number two, I don't mean that you just need me in order to make reports. I mean you need me. You all couldn't decide on breakfast if it was all laid out in front of you on a buffet.
Okay, that's getting a little
So many
personal.
options, that's why.
Maybe we like to peruse.
Exactly. That's it.
And you know what? This is for your benefit right now, because if we were more decisive, you'd be dead.
She's got a
Yes, that is very
And
true.
you would have no answers.
We'd have plenty of
figure that
answers, because
out.
guess what? I can find them.
You know what would help with answers? Jab. You let Imogen in.
Oh, I like this plan.
Now, here's the funny thing is that when you force somebody to let somebody else into your mind, that's still not really asking for permission, is it?
It's a way
Wouldn't you say it's kind of-
solving this really quickly.
I'm not really interested in your semantics.
Sure, but just devil's advocate here, because you've been pretty fucking chill, I gotta say. If we're gonna ask for trust on her behalf, maybe we should exercise some of our own.
What are you proposing?
Well, we don't dig around in their head, and in turn, she gives us a month, maybe a little less. And you get time to figure out what you need to figure out. You get to put your little green bottle cap on, we get to blow up the moon, and everybody goes away to wiser.
I like this idea.
Is there any option in leaving this with some sort of agreement for you? Because Chutney has a nice little plan, but feels like this kind of lies on you to be receptive to it.
You get to be the hero. The end of the month, you bring home the crown and the Callaways.
Wow. And maybe your little Ruidus in the Feywild problem is also fixed. And you get to say you helped aid in that endeavor.
You have a month. You have a month, but I will be checking in. Because I don't trust you or your husband. And I don't necessarily trust that all of you will be able to get this job finished in the same efficient way that I would be able to.
That's fair. That's
Totally,
just a spade
absolutely
a spade.
fair.
It wasn't necessarily personal. I just.
Hey, look, we've come a long way in this
We have.
negotiation. Okay, so
It's just business.
Where will you go for a month?
I'll be following you.
How do we know, though, that you're not going to go there and just
Well, where are we going?
send out a
I
whole
suppose
army?
you don't. I suppose you don't know that I haven't done it already.
I have an idea. You would take a little field trip. But I know a ring that would work perfectly with your aesthetic. And it would just give us a little bit of peace of mind to know that you're not going to literally jump out of the bushes and stab us in the back.
To track me.
Mm-hmm.
What good would that do?
Keep us
Yeah,
from having to
seriously,
throw her
though.
in the hole for 20 minutes and seeing what happens.
are we talking about trust, though?
Well, it's tenuous trust, let's be honest. Let's just call it what it is.
I don't trust you.
That's fair.
I don't trust you.
That's fair.
Nobody trusts anybody.
I trust everybody.
Oh, I know you do.
You're very trustworthy.
Yeah, that's true.
Can I stand up?
Yeah, all right, whatever.
Wipes the blood from her nose.
Can we keep your sword?
No.
Oh, it's a cool sword.
Thank you. It was given to me by the court.
Oh, the Unseelie Court?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the head of your court?
Wapner.
Wow.
Who is it?
Wapner.
The great Wapner.
I'm not going to give away.
You're nice.
You don't know their name, do you?
No, just I'm from. Yeah, if you want to, you can tell them, but it's your call.
Judy.
No. What kind of agent just give us away information like that?
See, that makes sense.
FCG.
Huh?
Can I see that little green gem real quick?
Sure.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna look at you/Dusk's sword through it. Because I don't think you didn't look at that.
It's
I just kind of did a
Or I'm
big
still
scan of the
holding it.
whole body.
Okay, so I'm gonna do like a kind of zoned in look at it.
Okay, I will say.
Enhance.
I will say it's.
Enhance.
I will say it's at the cusp of the end of its enchantment because it just lasts for a short time and activated.
Oh, I see.
In this form, it still feels a little raw, like I'm not going to say unfinished, but a little rough. So as you glance over, you get a moment of it, and it appears to be, fairly magical. You see the same kind of entwining, kind of almost like a spiral of strange, like textured threads of energy that kind of carve up the crystalline blade, and then they just kind of fade as the gem loses its.
Any script or?
Yeah, similar to all the other magics, but all the script's a little different to each one.
Can I read it?
What languages do you know?
I have Eyes of the Runekeeper.
You do? Yes. So what this does, looking at it, the language itself is an ancient Sylvan basis, but like a runic inscription version of the Sylvan language that is used for pressing ideas and philosophies and truths onto weapons as part of an enchantment. You don't understand the process of enchanting, so you're not quite entirely certain as to how this pertains to it. But from what you can tell, it tends to be about banishing shadow and then creating shadow in the same stroke.
Cool. All right, that's it. Yeah, you can have it back. Don't trust me with rocks.
Oh, yeah.
So, this birdie kind of stretches a bit. A month till we have ourselves a deal.
What guarantee do I have that you'll even give it back?
What guarantee do I have that you're not going to come back with 4 more assassins and kill us?
I work alone. But I suppose you only have my word about that, don't you? Well, I've been very forthright about most things. But Bertie Calloway, on the other hand, her whole life has been a liar and a thief.
Thief, yes, I'll take that gladly. A liar I'm not.
I suppose that's our problem now.
All right.
You shake hands and she kind of pulls you in and in your ear says, "If you touch a hair on Fern's head, I will rip you asunder."
Even if she asks me to.
No response. What's your passive perception, by the way?
13.
Got it, cool. Well, that was a good hit. That was a good hit.
That was a love tap.
I assume.
So what happens now? We need to go see whatever it is you're building.
Okay, I can take you there. Not you.
Why not?
Because our paths diverge at this point. We've made our deal.
Well,
if you're as good a hunter as you say you are, you'll find us, right?
I will. I'll always find you. And you won't even know it's me sometimes.
Have we met you before? Don't trust. Are you the mighty Bandit King?
Are you Dorian?
You watch as Birdie kind of walks around, you maintain eye contact, and goes to the front door and just pushes it open.
Be in touch.
You. Her sword dips for a second in Orm, lightning fast, slashes both of her sleeves, doesn't cut her at all, but rips open both of the sleeves at the shoulder, spins it around.
If you wanted to get my coat off, all you had to do was ask. The face morphs again to a very attractive half-elf man.
Hard pass.
Oh, what a pity.
Kind of thought I was special, but I.
Oh, you are.
No, it's fine. You don't
Oh, I meant it. Did I? Who knows?
Take your basic ass looks and get the fuck out.
I change into Ashen and I'm like, so long, motherfucker! I'm angry!
Birdie slams the door. Takes a deep breath.
That was pretty funny.
It was actually pretty good. That was.
You don't sound like that.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Where's Papa right now?
He's back at our hideout, base lab. I don't know. We haven't discussed a name for it. It's about 45 miles east of the city.
The Callaway layaway. I just came up with that. Sorry.
That's pretty good.
Sorry.
Well, here I gotta try and smooth this over with him or Joe and apologize for causing a ruckus in his shop here. I gotta pick up a couple things.
I start using my telekinesis and
I start using
picking
my
up
hands.
things.
Yeah.
Me too.
I gotta go talk to a friend here, and then I'm heading on back.
What friend?
Yeah, I think we're
You'll understand if we don't fully trust you.
Of course, no, come, please. He can help talk about some of the things that I don't quite fully understand. Hondir, yeah.
That's who we have
All right.
Here, well,
Where do we meet you?
No. We're all gonna let them.
we're going together. I'm not leaving you alone.
No. We're
Not
not
with that.
leaving you alone either.
I'm real sorry.
You know, there's a diminishing return on apologies. You are aware of that, right?
Yeah, it's valid. Well, here, I'm Birdie, Fern's mom. Take it you're friends.
I'm Chutney, Parker P, Master Craftsman.
Laudna.
Laudna, all right?
Fresh cut grass. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. Unique one. I like you. I can see why you're hanging around with it.
Yeah.
In my heart.
Fern.
I know who you are, girl.
Your daughter. It's been a very long time. I feel like I don't know you.
We got a lot to talk about. This time things sound strange.
Yeah.
And
You hear in your head, Imogen.
pleasure.
Orm, man.
Orm.
Ashton, I definitely feel like I know you.
Okay. Well, let's finish up here. I'll go talk to Marjo, and then we'll just walk and talk. I'll take it from there. Thank you for not killing me.
No.
You're Fern's mom. Of course, we're happy to have you with us.
And you seem to be doing good. At least you think you're doing good.
Trying.
I think we're all excited to continue to learn.
Yeah.
I say, oh wait, no, I can't talk in your head. I just look at you. I make eye contact with you. What? In your head, you hear? What are you trying to say something?
Yes. Shit, what was I gonna say?
In my head, I just hear.
I remember what I was gonna say. I'm so sorry. I just been so wrong. Would you be comfortable if I told her that you were Ruidus born as well, or should we keep that a secret?
I mean, I don't know if I am Ruidus born, Fern, but
I think you are.
we'll talk about it.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
I'll take
I
your
don't have
lead.
a problem with that.
Okay. Yeah.
In your head, you hear, we might have something in common.
That'd be crazy.
It's pretty exciting.
That'd be cool.
At this point, Birdie has a conversation, deep apologies to Maher. Joe passes some hefty bag of coin that you can see was kind of tucked away in a backpack that she had. He kind of acknowledges, well, we'll take care of, thankfully not too much damage was done around here, but next time please take it outside. That's all I ask. She's like, of course. Now, trust me, I wasn't expecting any of this, and it's a rough tumble town. Stuff happens. Do you have the most recent order? And he's like, yeah, we got most of it. There's only so much we can collect around here that isn't being taken quickly by all the different collar gangs, but I managed to hold aside what I could for you. And pulls out a satchel and hands it over to you, and you hear like kind of the heavy sound of what sounds like either thick glass or crystal clinking within the inside. And for your perception, you do notice from the side of one of the flaps what looks to be a dull blue glow emanating from the inside of it. She takes it, kind of puts it over her shoulder. Well, thank you kindly, Mahara. You don't know the good you're doing. This is my daughter, by the way. I think you two have met.
We did. He told me I look like you.
I did. I picked it up. You guys, don't see a lot of satyrs out this way, but happy to meet family. Anyway, am I repairing your skirmisher?
Oh, yeah. I mean, in case we need
it's
it.
a lot of money, I'm assuming.
Is it?
Yeah, what's the repair? We never actually discussed cost.
Well, this will take me a few hours to do, but I can probably get it done for, based on the damage taken here, about 110 gold.
I got about that left.
And at this point, Birdie reaches into her pouch and goes like, I got this. This is partially my fault for all this business here. Let me at least try and do some good on that end and go ahead and get that fixed up right quick. Plus, if you guys got a vehicle and I got one too, we can ride a lot faster to where we're going, which means we could leave some people in our dust. Oh, by the way, she's going to have a harder time following us. And she pulls out a ring on her hand. It's like this dark kind of metallic ring. I got the sense that she was following us somehow, and it'll be the first time that I've encountered someone from her kind who have used this to track us down, so,
Oh, wait, you got that from her?
What, do you think that handshake was trying to seal a deal?
Nice. Like mother, like daughter.
I told you I'm a thief, unabashed, not a liar.
Well, so funny. I happen to be very good at just borrowing things from people for...
Oh, and you got to keep that mirror
I'm
too.
just
You
so
never gave that.
Oh, I didn't give him...
My goodness, okay. Oh,
wow.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Don't look at the mirror.
I forgot. Don't look at the mirror.
Did we give her the mirror back?
No,
Or
the
the sword?
mirror back?
No way.
We had to give her the mirror
Sword,
back.
I don't know, did you give the mirror
Sorry,
back?
but the mirror.
We didn't talk about it.
Didn't say it.
You tell me.
I had mimed that I put it in my pocket.
Then you have the
You
mirror.
also mind you have pockets everywhere.
By pocket,
You were all pocket, to be
a
fair.
flap.
Yeah, Rob Liefeld designed you. It's great.
One of your satyr gills.
Yeah, one of my satyr gills.
Okay.
Gross. I have gills now.
Well then, on the hunt of yours then.
Yeah.
Come on. She
right.
goes ahead and opens the door and kind of peeks out carefully, looks both ways. If you see her, whoever they are, following, you let me know.
I don't think we'd know if it was them.
Shit. We'll try. You guys all follow Birdie?
Yeah.
And just for a clarification, Birdie and you, they're both Fae. Would they have distinct sense to my nose?
Correct. Different lineages. One is definitively a changeling, one is definitively a satyr. But both of Fae ancestry.
Nice.
Also say, from this moment on, you can assume that Orm is using his 26 passive perception to look for someone following them, even if he doesn't recognize.
Good to know. I will keep that in mind. As you follow Birdie out into the now hot, late morning sun over Bassaris, we're gonna go and take a break. Can bring back to the table, Erica Ishii.
She left.
Like, bye. That would be amazing.
She might be in the restroom, actually.
Maybe she's just using.
We do have dope ass craft and a popcorn machine.
There she is. Come back to the table as we go to break.
I'm ready to go home.
There we go.
Oh, man,
Erica,
so many
thank
crosshairs. Oh,
Oh my god.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Great.
What was your plan?
Well, now it's to take a nap.
You deserve it.
This has been a day, even before the game, of deep treachery and duplicity.
Yeah.
Oh,
Save it for four-sided dive. Save it.
Oh, that's right. Oh, right.
True.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Your treachery knows no bounds. I'm so impressed.
and your character, too.
Seriously.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. What if she asks me to?
Erica, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, well, you might maybe back.
Yeah, we'll see where the story threads go from here.
Holy moly.
Before we head off to break and jump off from there, where can everybody find you on?
Well, I'm at Erica Ishii on Twitter, at the Erica Ishii on Instagram. I think I just finished a run on Dimension 20.
Coffin on specifically, yeah.
And follow me for some very interesting announcements a little later this year.
From the unseelie court?
Exactly.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much,
Thank you
Erica.
guys so much. It's been a blast.
Alrighty. So we'll go ahead and take break here. We're back here in a few minutes. We'll see you guys then.
Bye.
This is Nona Lucia. She makes sauce, and she loves to share it. Nona's sauce was so fire, her family and friends became fans, and so did their friends, and their friends' friends. And her fam fed her an idea for her best recipe yet, her own brand of Nona Lucia Sugo. So she made her very own store from scratch on Shopify.
I mean, can you believe it?
Actually, Shopify helped Nona do a lot of things, like ship fans her sauce and spread the word about her culinary magic. In fact, Shopify helped Nona make new fans and show up in new places. Soon, the little grandma with the big personality had become the boss of her own saucy empire. An empire she could run from anywhere, even the kitchen where it all began.
This is my famous sauce, powered by Nona Lucia.
And this is her success, powered by Shopify.
Hey critters, Laura Bailey here to guide you through what's new in the Critical Role shop.
Could anything be more perfect? The cuteness, it's overpowering. I mean, the Traveler always says impulse purchases are a good decision.
This is seriously magical.
Roll an investigation if you want. It's basically perfect. It's so cute. I can't handle it.
I am Kitty. Yes, I am very sweet.
And hey, if you want, you could head over to the Critical Role shop right now.
Tal'Dorei Campaign Setting Reborn, the definitive 5e sourcebook that brings the land of Tal'Dorei to your game. Rediscover the land of Critical Role's Vox Machina with 9 dazzling subclasses, 5 rich backgrounds, and dozens of new creatures, feats, and magic items. The future of Tal'Dorei is in your hands now. How do you want to do this?
It's me, Jester. So the Traveler and I were going to tell you guys all about subscribing to Twitch, but it sort of seems like he's not really here right now, which is so stupid. Traveler! Traveler! Artie! You know what? It's fine. I can do it by myself. With myself. I invoke duplicity. Oh, hello, Jester. Hi, Jester. Okay, so what we're going to do today is tell the people at home all about the good stuff they get when subscribing to Twitch. Oh, I don't know what Twitch is, but that sounds good. Let's go. No, that's perfect, because this works for you too then. Okay, so there's a professionally moderated live chat. And if you subscribe, you can post the links in the chat. Like a link to a cool hamster video? Exactly like that. So what we do here is tell like really cool stories, right? And sometimes like crazy shit happens when we're telling those stories, and people that subscribe get special emotes so you can express how you feel. What if you live on the side of Exandria where it's really late and you're like, I'm just gonna close my eyes for a few seconds, and then it's 2 hours and the music is playing and you're like, oh no, I missed the whole show. Oh, that's a great question. Well, if you subscribe to Twitch, then you can just watch all of our VODs as soon as the live broadcast ends. So cool, right? So cool. I know. Another really cool thing is you can gift subscriptions to people. Like, I could buy a subscription for you, Duplicate Jester, and for other... What are you doing? Look what I found. Oh my gosh. Paintbrushes. I could draw a dick. Oh, well, technically that might break Twitch's terms of service, so... But there's no rule against, like, drawing chubby little snakes. Yeah, or a really long balloon sword. Yeah, or like a really thick rope with like 2 hunky knots at the end of it. A cucumber with 2 tomatoes. Yeah. A banana, you know, sitting next to an onion and another mushroom with like a little cat. A weenie dog with just 2 feet. Yeah. Artie, where are you? Should we go look for him? Yeah, sure, why not? Oh, don't forget to subscribe to Critical Role. Okay, let's go. Okay.
And welcome back. So, in the immediate aftermath of the conflict within Imaharajo's shop, following but sticking close to Bertie Calloway and the path that she leads you towards her next meeting of the day here in Bassaritz, making quick work, and you can assume, based on the conversation you had previously, brief stops into town for reasons like the individual that just tried to kill her. But along the way, she's just keeping an eye out, and occasionally just kind of looking back at you, Fern, and smiling. Along the way, you're welcome to ask any questions that you would like to as you're all pushing through. Where you are in the shop, I'd be heading kind of eastward in a direction not entirely certain where, but she's guiding you through some of the alleys.
We're staying in town, right? We're going to a place in...
Oh yeah, no, we're staying in town. Hundir's he's kind of laying low. He had a place, but I think last I heard he was moving towards more of a safe house because he thinks he's also running from some people, different people.
How big of a group is everybody working on all of this?
Well, primarily for where we're doing it, our the Calloway getaway. It's just the three of us.
Layaway. Calloway layaway.
Calloway layaway.
Getaway's good.
Getaway's
Pretty nice too.
Well, I can go either.
The CG.
But yeah, it's just me and your father and Ira, primarily working out of there, and then we come occasionally and speak to Hondir here, who is in a similar line of research, and we kind of share information, and he has a much larger network of individuals, but for safety reasons, we kind of keep it as stretched thin as possible so people can't be traced and found to each other. We're not the only ones, apparently, who are figuring out some weird shit's going on up there. So we found a network of some folks that seem to be on the right and up and up. They've helped fund some of the things that we're working on, and we've been sharing information a bit. But Hondir, he stepped in something recently, or at least some folks close to him, so he's been laying real low. So we've shifted to, and you see her kind of like lick her finger and kind of start looking at the skyline. I think it's that one. And you notice she's pointing to the storm cisterns, the large metallic towers that kind of wind up throughout the city, kind of looming over the various buildings and neighborhoods, these massive kind of multi-textured iron and metal constructs that collect the monsoon waters and keep it for the townsfolk and the various farmland that they can barely manage to maintain within the city. But
real quick, looks at Imogen and sends you a message. Should we tell them about Odon? What if that's who they're referring to?
It's getting worse.
Like as far as Hondir goes?
Well, the people who also know.
I mean, we should probably tell them.
Okay. Okay.
It's getting worse.
Gotta match the volume, guys.
Traps,
It just said pass the salt.
They're quite friendly.
Following very along to the base of one of the large cisterns, which kind of looks under it and looks around the outside. And inside one of the kind of doorways that marks one of the entrances to the exterior pattern of the cistern, she finds one like cross mark on the metal. It kind of feels for it. All right, this is the right one. So we're going to that maintenance shed right there. And you can see maybe about 15 feet from this entrance to the cistern, not the cistern itself, but across the street, there is what looks to be a small kind of ramshackle wooden shed that is closed and kind of buttressed against either a warehouse or some sort of a nondescript building. You're uncertain what the interior of it holds. But she kind of looks around quickly, ushers you all over to it, and there's a little kind of pocket alley aside where it's shaded, and she kind of dips into it and invites you all to come join there.
I'm just gonna look at the marking before I head across. I just want to look at what she was looking at to get an idea of it.
From what you can see, it looks to be two kind of metallic scrape marks, like someone took sharp metal and kind of dug grooves into the metal that form an arrow that kind of loosely points in the direction of where that shed was.
I know Orm's got his eyes open, but can I use my keen nose to smell for any fae in the area, a multiple number to denote what we might be walking into?
Certainly. You can go ahead and make a perception check with advantage.
17.
Okay. You both feel fairly confident that at the moment you are not being followed. So, there's that.
Okay. Any additional smell on the wind as we approach wherever Birdie is taking us?
Okay. Nothing catches your attention at the moment. Now, you approach the shed, and it's there's like as you come across, you can see there's a kind of a second floor above it with a middle platform that's kind of ragged, and the wood has kind of fallen and rotted in, and you can see it looks almost like hands, like the way that the balcony edge has kind of crumbled into itself. And stepping below into the side of the alley from beneath it, into the shed, Birdie goes ahead and opens the door, looks around, and then dips inside the shed and kind of invites you all. As you all begin to step in, you realize the shed is maybe like 10 foot by 10 foot.
Oh, wow.
And so she's like, I usually just come here myself, so you just hold on a second, and if you...
Everybody hold their breath.
If you just get out of the sun at the very least, or hang off the side till... And you see she pushes one of the chairs and scrapes it over and kind of pulls some of the dust back from the ground, and you can see there's a trap door on the bottom of this. She kind of
big room.
knocks. Hello? Hon, dear? It's Birdie. Hon, dear?
Why do I hear more voices? There are more foots. I think you're being followed.
No, they're with me.
Who's with you? Are you fucking me?
No, just...
So low-key.
Look, we need...
Real subversive.
Look, we've gotten a kind of a situation here, and we're, the timeline we're running on, and I think I have some folks who are at least curious about our work.
Let me see them.
And you hear... The trapdoor pushes over, dust kind of clouds out in the space a little bit, and you immediately see there, like standing beneath this kind of hunched, crotchety-looking goblin who has this like massive monocle in one eye, and the chain that kind of dangles down and is attached to a lapel pin. It looks like he's wearing a nice jacket, but it's just covered in dust and it's tattered at the edges, like a semblance of high dress that has been worn and enduring the elements of some time in Bastor. So you immediately get the sense that this individual either wishes to dress above their station or is definitely not from the city. Kind of glances up at the monocle.
So this is, you trust these people?
Well, I mean, I kind of have to. It's my daughter. Fern?
Yes.
Hondir.
Hello, Hondir. We're very trustworthy. You can trust all of us very, very much.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh wow, that's okay. Hold on. Seems like that's too high. I'm really sorry.
2 numbers.
Perception, you said?
Put them together.
Persuasion.
23.
23.
Wow. Persuasion or
Persuasion.
Okay, 22.
22. Kind of gets up a little further in the light. Now that you can see more light on his face, you see this like kind of jet black Van Dyke that goes into like a gray point at the bottom that kind of fizzles out a little bit. Like and he kind of like adjusts the monocle and glances in and kind of squints the other eye. Goes,
Yeah, it does look like your daughter, I guess. The rest of you look as rough and tumble as anyone from the city. Just so you all are aware, I'm happy to bring you within, but also I have everything ready to explode. So if you do anything, I take you all with me. Good? We good?
Seems fair.
All right, come inside. He kind of turns around and hobbles back down this like advanced kind of wooden ladder that kind of creaks with each step. And you all look down, and from the bright light that's outside, it just looks like a dark pit from where you are. Do you all enter after Birdie?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, as you enter below, it takes a moment for your vision to adjust to the low interior light, because the only light source you have in here are 2 lanterns, and now a ball of light that kind of fills the space within. Here, within this little basement area, it looks like it was once a storage region of this shed, but it's now been, it's a little hidden sanctuary. In the way that a prepper that thinks the world has ended is hold himself away, and there are just bags and satchels of different types of dried food and goods to kind of keep him going the whole time he's down here. You see some books scattered around. You also see there are a number of crossbows that are kind of bolted into the ceiling with ropes attached to them that all swing back to one large chair that's facing the entryway door.
Awesome. Nice.
And he has it kind of like tied off to the side, and he's, oh, just be careful not to trip on this. It'll be very bad for somebody sitting over there. And also, and he begins pointing out, and you can see there's, the dynamite sticks that you purchased.
Oh.
There's at least 12 or so that are embedded at different areas within here.
He wasn't lying. Ah! I smack Imogen. Why? Watch out for your fireball. There's dynamite everywhere.
What?
Fireball? Yeah, there's a light. You made a fire?
It's made of electricity.
Oh. Sorry about that. Is your face okay?
Why did you just slap Imogen?
Why didn't want to kill all of us?
Wait, why would she do such a thing?
So
Chet?
Use your words, Chad.
Thanks.
Carry
First,
on.
you don't even make me a toy like you make for everybody else, and then you slap me across
Well,
the
yours
face.
is quite intricate. It's got more to it than the others.
I haven't seen you working on it at all.
It's a slap guard.
That's part of it. It's the mystery.
Anyway, please, somebody
carry on.
Somebody close the hatch behind you, please, if you do not mind.
Oh dear, I have an important question.
Yeah?
What's your take on kidnapping children and using them in experiments?
That's terrible.
Cutting right to the chase.
Terrible, right? Terrible? I look over at
You're
Birdie.
not doing it, are you?
It's terrible, Birdie.
Are they
You hear
kidnappers?
that?
And Birdie's like, no, they're not kidnappers. And yeah, I didn't know that he was doing anything like that. I didn't.
Inside check.
Inside check.
Make an inside check.
Come on.
Been on that.
Yeah, I read right through you with an 11.
Oh.
Natural 20 for 21.
Some whispers.
Whispers.
But I threw away the piece of paper that has the thing I'm supposed to say on it.
Whispers.
It's way back there. Something about D&D Beyond and Spelljammer. Check it out. D&D Beyond / Critical Role.
Where's Sam Riegel? We need to get him back.
Wow, man.
God, that's how this night started.
Yeah, it did. He could be anywhere right now.
Speaking of shape changers,
He's probably at home. Like, hey, honey.
Handir comes to rest in the chair and kind of like reaches over and grabs like a small stone that he's just kind of fidgeting within his hand as he kind of glances over at each of you with the thick monocle.
What's the stone look like? Is it just like a
make-
worry stone, or
make
does
a
it look
perception
like
check.
some more of this gnarl rock, or
Every
perception?
stone is like-
Every stone is.
everything's from the Fey realm.
Yeah, that's good. So 19
Doing
for
my
a
job of
23.
making you all paranoid about everything.
Yeah.
23.
23. You glance at it.
Chairs,
It
rocks.
looks like a smooth river stone, but it has what looks to be some sort of a groove run into it. It's not dissimilar to what you guys had commissioned for the large bomb. It's some sort of, what you gather, a similar detonation device.
Oh. Did we use that bomb?
I don't think we did, but our
didn't use
car
it.
kind of. I don't know if the bomb went off when our car just got slammed.
It did not.
It didn't.
Thankfully.
All right, great.
Did we
so
retrieve it?
Yeah,
Still-
then it's.
No, you have your
we
car. It's
it.
being repaired.
No, the bomb.
No, the bomb is still in the vehicle.
Oh, we left the bomb.
Oh,
So you didn't
Gave
say you
them a
took
heads
it.
up
Do you
about
want to
it,
send him a hard show just to know to like diffuse the explosive device?
It's not set.
That's it.
He's used to that.
He's mechanical.
You hear this bass seed? No.
No.
The ends is no longer in Bathros. No. So, as he's kind of holding the stone, he goes,
Now, which one of you are faithful?
Faithful?
Faithful.
What?
To like a spiritual god of some sort?
Yes, what do you pray to?
Actually, do any of us pray?
I'm a little beholden to the moon, but that's about it.
I believe in people.
Same.
Yes, we are
Okay.
zealots of humanity.
This is a good answer. I like this answer.
takes the stone and kind of rests it a little gently into his pocket.
Wait. We need to unpack that. What was the wrong answer?
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
So, you are all here with Birdie. I am not used to having guests, let alone new faces, so please, I ask for your understanding in my anxiety.
What does he smell like?
Okay, smells like some heavy goblin body odor.
Got it. What it looks like.
Right. You do pick up in the room scents of like black tea, as well as the familiar smell of explosive material, old books, and like a fresh smell of like old charred paper and wood.
Cool.
That's what you pick up.
Birdie, we're okay to talk in front of them.
Yes, it's okay to talk. We're as you can see, I think I have almost enough. Hopefully enough. I don't know. I'll have to talk to Ira about it, but we're to try and get as much of this device done. Just so you folks are aware, kind of what I was working on. Now that she glances back towards the hatch. We're in a less public space here. So from what I understand, and take over please if I start meandering off this, but like there's a lot of these things that run across Exandria. It's called ley lines. They're kind of this net of magical energy, and they at various points that are referred to as nexuses, fantastical things can happen. Sometimes this is where doorways can open to different realms. This is where certain rituals can be extremely potent, and specifically at certain times of the year. Right?
This is correct. So. There is a unique network of ley lines across Marquet, specifically within the Hellcatch Valley, or at least recently there is. Things are shifting, and we believe this to be the sign of an upcoming apogee solstice. So there is a thing called celestial solstice. Every a few decades, there is specific alignments of astral bodies, and specific energies tend to overlap and create a synchronization or harmonization of powerful entities. And what it does is it then makes these nexuses even more potent. This is used for great and terrible effect, depending on how history wishes to look at it. But the apogee solstice is a rare thing indeed. Historically, these solstices are so powerful as to often rewrite the face of these lines across Exandria, which is why the study is continuous. Looking through history, the makeup of Exandria's lines has changed many times, usually surrounding one of these events, and we begin to notice some of them shifting. The timing is not perfect. The mathematics are vague, and it seems there are many reasons we don't fully understand as to when or how it happens, but because these shifting of lines, some of my compatriots and I have come to believe that one of these is imminent. And the math that is clear puts us about a month away.
Are we close to one of those nexus points?
See, that is what we're trying to figure out partially for what the birdie is helping with. This device that they are working on. How do I put this? Our research has required some of my compatriots and I to acquire bits of information that put us at risk. And in doing so, we have to do a lot of our work in private. I am not the person who likes to work from the shadows, but there are political powers across the lands that would like to be both the forefront of this information and eager to misuse it for personal gain.
So there are other people that know about it.
There are others who have inklings, perhaps. I myself, looks back to Birdie. You tell them it's my daughter, and they could have killed me earlier. They've actually staved off one of them on silly taps. Okay. I'm a graduate of the EOS Sanctuary.
The what?
Oh, the EU?
EOS Sanctuary.
EOS Sanctuary.
Or seminary, my apologies.
Oh.
When we began to discover this theoretical pattern of this coming solstice, and the places of unity began to work in a way where our theories were pushing it towards the Hellcatch. Meaning at the time of this solstice, we believe that one of these nexuses will be relocated somewhere here in the valley. And as part of this information, we began to discover other political interests that were also trying to shut down our research, that were speaking with some of the higher-ups at the seminary and getting our departments closed down, having our funding pulled, being told to walk away.
Are they really trying to stop it, or are they trying to control it?
I have reason to believe that the interests lie more in the latter. So, a number of my compatriots have been continuing our research on our own. Through private funding, investors, allies that we had, but even they've begun to dry up, or worse. Anybody who's been tied to our work has either gone missing or befallen tragedy.
Does the name Grim Verity mean anything to you?
You look and see an immediate sense of acknowledgement and briefly worry, and then an exhale. Yes, so you indeed know more than you let on. I am one of many members of the Verity. I say many, but there is a handful still around. We've lost members as of late. How do you know about the Verity?
We don't know much.
And change the context of the scene a little.
Yes, go on, please.
Please stop them.
You're looking at me strangely.
To be honest, it kind of feels like we're chasing. Go to the end.
Go to the end.
I'm ready.
We're trying to follow a trail. You didn't by any chance know the Loomis twins, did you?
You knew them?
They were more recent members of our band who, unfortunately, their excitement got them in places that they should not have been. We tried to protect them. They were very, very bright and had the right mind for truth and to expose the truths that many wish to keep hidden. But I think their search for knowledge, unfortunately, their lack of experience left a trail.
I'm trying to find the people who slew them. They got in too deep. As you say, do you know anything about
the Grey Assassins?
Yes.
They've removed at least half of our members in just the past couple of years. We were once a comparably sprawling network of a good 40 or so academics from all over Exandria. We were trading notes, we were sharing reports and theories. It was an exciting thing. We were looking to be published. We were seeking elements, threads that connected beyond just the study, of those astronomical. But then doors began to close. And some of us got frustrated and began to push back. And that's when we started losing him.
What? You saw the Grey Assassins in person, right?
Some of them. Across the ocean.
What did their armor look like?
The Grey Assassins is apt. They were wrapped in really dark colored leathers and ragged cloth. Nondescript, their faces covered. You could barely see their eyes. And when they died, they left no trace. They melted away in front of us.
And those same assassins have been picking off people who are talking about this solstice or the ley lines?
They've been picking off members of our community. And I don't know who else.
They tried to get your Wind Queen, right?
Took a shot at it, yeah.
What does she have to do with ley lines and...
Who are you speaking of?
The ruler of the air, Shari, and Taldori.
I'm not familiar with this person, but I don't call anyone of this type within our membership.
If she were a member, I don't know.
Maybe.
Takes off the eyeglass and starts it's like fogging up a little bit and it's like sweating and he starts wiping it a
Do
bit.
you know anything about them? Do you know who they are?
I do not. I have not seen them, thankfully. Though I had a close call recently. The whole reason I'm down here. I was living elsewhere, but I was out actually meeting with somebody from Eos at the boundary of the jungles, and when I returned, my house had been destroyed, burned, and so I remain here.
So, you all, the Grim Verity, are prying in to Ruidus.
Yes, among other things.
Someone doesn't want you to do that, and then you're doing, and I look to Birdie, start over from the top when blades are not drawn. Walk us through what it is that you guys are doing here.
That's fair enough. So we're not the kind of folks that were usually interested in this sort of strange oracle visions or, science-y bad stuff. We just kind of, got by. We enjoyed the occasional revelry. We enjoyed the occasional prank. We took what we needed, but never left anyone in a bad spot that didn't deserve it. Made a reputation that sometimes we were proud, sometimes we weren't. But, that was how life worked on the outskirts from where we're from. And it was on one of our excursions out here that I decided that after some frustrated conversations with a few folks that we didn't like so much back home, we wanted to bring you into this world. So we took a little vacation out here and we held up in the verdant expanse of Taldori and just watched the stars, and after I gave birth to you, something weird happened. Had a weird red moon that I didn't really know much about. It just kind of lit up suddenly, glowed brightly. The entire forest was given this kind of crimson hue I'd never seen before, and it was ominous but weirdly beautiful. And you came into the world screaming, and we thought it was a beautiful omen. And then we began to ask about it and heard maybe that wasn't the case. And began kind of looking into it a little bit, and there was a tumultuous history about this Ruidus. But, thought maybe it was a fun prank someone was playing on us.
Then Ollie got into a bad patch of some root and herbs, as we like to gather and imbibe in, and kind of went down a bit of a mental rabbit hole for a couple days. But when he came back, he had this terrible dream, we thought it was. This idea that same red moon that brought you into this world was following us. And when it was going to find us or find you, it was going to... Well, he saw that red just eat away at the Fey realm. That light just burn it into dust. And we thought it was a dream, but then within the next year, it showed up briefly in the sky. And some folks around that we were familiar with and lived on the outskirts like us saw it too, but then it went away. But we still felt it was there, and so we started asking questions. We got laughed out of the Sealy Court. We got laughed around, and then we went to the darker side of the Feywild, and there, once we passed a certain threshold, there it was. Like that moon was being obscured.
What do you mean?
Meaning some sort of unseelie magic was keeping others from paying attention to it. We got real curious as to why. And that's when we found this. Me and your father are real good at getting around unnoticed. And so we started poking around. We started looking for why they were doing this. Because we thought it pertained to you and your safety. And we saw this meeting, this clandestine sort of gathering of some of the higher court members. And they were meeting with some folk not from the Feywild, dressed too nice and terrestrial, like a flare. And they were all building, in the process of designing this machine that was focused towards the red moon. And we just got a bad feeling about it. We didn't know what it did necessarily, but it couldn't have been good, right? That was what Ollie had seen. And so we began to inquire with the Unseelie and tried to warn them, not let them know what we saw, but we don't normally deal with the folk over there. We've had a few dealings, things are a bit fluid over there when it comes to interests and alignments, and they just kind of laughed it off, but got real aggressive and pushing us beyond the borders. So, we got enough gumption, had a couple drinks, and broke in and stole what looked like the shiniest piece of that machine and ran. By the time we figured out what we had, Moodtine Crown, we realized this was a little more intense than even we were expecting, but something that powerful was sitting in the middle of their machine. Maybe it slowed them down a bit.
This is the Moontide's crown?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's we have in our machine back home right now.
And you're going to make the same machine that you thought was so evil and
No,
dark?
this one's more on a discovery mission, from what I understand. Using the same power. Best I know, I mean, you can back me up.
Ira's building it?
Ira and Ollie are. He's picked up a lot from Ira, and they've been kind of working
How can you trust that he's not just doing something awful with it too?
See, the thing is, even someone with dark inclinations of him, he gets his joy out of his work. And he's come to see that he can't really work if there's nothing left. If we're right. And he's been a little listless since the Apex War, and, kind of locked out here in Exandria for a while. He's the only person we knew that we could have any sort of communication with that had the knowledge and experience that we need. So, believe me when I say it wasn't the best moral arrangement.
Sorry to distract. The Apex War?
We've heard about that a couple times.
I was making sure everybody was caught up.
Something that happened around here like a couple decades ago?
Decades ago, yeah. It was a big scuffle between some of the kingdoms or whatever. I don't know much about terrestrial politics, but I know that Ira was hired by one of the sides there, and kinda...
Was hired.
Yeah. He gets hired by a lot of folk.
Do you?
And so was that
Those
gray-haired woman.
Exandrian people
She worked for the
that you
Stratos
said
throne.
you saw. What did they look like? Did you see a woman with gray hair kind of over to the side, intense armor?
Yeah, like a red cloak.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, she... You know this one?
I know this woman.
Yeah, it was her and another
I mean, she's
Another what?
person.
here.
And what did they do?
I mean, Ollie got a better look on that one than I did. I know he was elven, but older. I don't...
She's
I know.
here.
Who?
That woman, she's here.
She's
Do you see the goblin like, she's here? She goes and like grabs the stone
No,
and like...
not like right now, but she's in Bassaris. She's running the Paragon's call.
I see her in my dreams.
Otahan.
Ooh.
I don't know this person, but if they are nearby, then maybe I need to relocate again.
You're... The army.
I think so.
But you see...
What if they're the Grey Assassins?
I think that's exactly what they are.
Does they have gray hair?
No,
No,
they're all
I
dressed
just-
in grey.
I've told you about what I see,
You
right?
said she had a red robe. Wait,
And
what?
she had a red cloak.
Oh.
I see a woman, and behind her, there's so many people, and they step out from behind her more and more and more, and they... What if they're all connected?
There's no way this is a coincidence.
It's getting harder to deny.
Absolutely. And if she has the ability to greet you in your dreams, that's obviously an ability that spreads far beyond just you, right?
Hondir turns to Bernie and says, do you think these assassins are from Vasselheim? I don't know.
Vasselheim.
Friederichs?
You stole it from people who are trying to do you don't know what exactly. You've taken the same to do what exactly? To
Well, initially it was just to slow them down, to keep them from doing what they were doing. But then as we held this crown and knew that it held some strong power and connection to the moon or moons, maybe it could be utilized. And we got turned around, and a lot of folks didn't want to deal with us or were looking to just steal it from us, to be honest. Once we started asking around, the only person we knew here in Exandria that had some sort of fake connection, that would see reason in the interests of uncovering mysteries was Ira.
So you're just trying to find out as much about it as possible.
Hopefully find a way to stop it. Because right now, we're just going off of what Hondir and them are gathering. Hondir kind of just glares out at all of you.
Hondir, do you must know someone named Ebenalt Kai?
I know Ebenalt, yes.
Well, we've never met that person, but...
Astani.
Yeah, Astani told us...
I know Astani. He's retired some time ago.
He retired?
Retired some time ago, yes. Is he still alive?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. It's a good man, Astani.
These ley lines. You know that there is a strong connection in the Hellcatch Valley. Do you happen to know if there are other pathways across Marquet or even the rest of Exandria?
I mean, there are many ley lines everywhere. What's worrying me is... And I have to check with my compatriots, but we've done a few calculations. And it seems like the apogee solstice is going to be largely focused over Marquet when it hits in a month. And by the shifting of these ley lines, there are 3 possible locations where these nexuses might be. And we won't know until we're closer. And what Birdie has been working on hopefully might be able to shed some light on that. There's
what are
no...
the 3 options?
The other 2s we're looking is, one might be in the Panagrip Sands. And one might be in the ocean northward of the Odiran Wilds.
Or Marquet is the third.
Or all of these places are in Marquet. There is north of the Odiran Wilds.
So Panagrip Sands, the ocean north of the Odiran Wilds.
Here. And here in the Hellcatch. The interesting thing is for those of us that utilize instruments to research things about Ruidus beyond just visual presentation, magical instruments, there is an obfuscation. It seems to evade any sort of probing device to look on any sort of magical understanding of it.
What does? What does?
Ruidus.
You mean like it actively evades, or just something about its nature?
Just something about its nature, or something in the skies above Exandria just obfuscates any intent to do so. This has been recorded in many books for many years, though not openly discussed, because the populace tends to be very superstitious, and there is hope to not bring anxiety to the populace with such things.
Someone who understands these things more than me, how is the moon appearing in a different world than ours? Do they share the same sky somehow?
Well, you see, the Exandria, this prime material plane, and there is other realms that are different, very far, elemental planes and, positive, negative energy planes, such. There is the Fey realm, where you are from, and there is also a shadow realm that are both very close and almost overlap. They are the most immediate realms of transference if you were to travel beyond the realms of Exandria. But they share a different cosmology, or at least are removed from Exandrian's cosmology. The only reason that there is a Katha moonlight within the Feywild is because the Moonweaver's essence is tethered to that land, and so there is essentially an image of Katha that exists in this world.
But Ruidus is finding a way in.
Indeed.
So maybe there's some divine entity allowing it?
Oh, yeah, divine maybe. Divine's a touchy thing.
For you?
Looks back towards the hatch.
You already... Look, my life is in danger. Many of my compatriots at Verity's lives are in danger. The more you know, the less safe you are.
Well, then we're very safe.
Yeah, plus most of us are like 1 foot in the grave anyway, right, Laudna?
Oh my goodness! Ha!
Yeah, if there was anybody you should feel comfortable confiding in, it's us.
Chet's not wrong. To be honest with you, we sort of are like really entrenched in whatever the we're compromised. Yep. We're already in the shit.
Make a persuasion check. With advantage, because you did help.
I pulled her hair out.
Yep.
You did.
Yep.
I helped. I pulled
Persuasion with advantage. Well, there's. Oh no, that's a 19. Oh, that's great. 23.
23. That's pretty dang good. Kind of looks at you. You can see his hand shaking a little bit.
Are you sure you want to know this?
Yeah.
Well, fucking now I do.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't lead with
I
that.
think I'm ready to just leave. Yes.
Looks to Birdie, and Birdie goes,
There's been another recent finding that has focused and redoubled the Grim Verity's efforts and interests as of late. A member of ours who is a researcher in Vasselheim discovered ancient texts from as far back as the founding. some of the earliest written records of Exandrian history, kept deep under lock and key in the temple vaults of the Dawn City. And because of this information, the ire of the highest temples are upon the Verity, upon myself. But this truth is important, both pertaining to this scenario and just for the world to know. While the study needs to continue, the Verity believes it references in the highest temples that there is a time before Ruidus. There are texts where Katha was the only moon above. A period of time in the founding in which Ruidus did not exist.
Wait. When was the founding again? Is that post-calamity, pre-calamity?
The founding was when the gods came to Exandria and created us, everything.
And there was no moon then, or it's no second moon.
It was just Katha then.
So who put the moon there?
That is the question. This is one of the things that began the heavier studies into the Omen archive. The other thing is apparently some of these texts refer to two gods that don't exist in the Pantheon.
What?
And haven't since.
Are they?
Forgotten deities.
Imprisoned.
So.
Do you know if they're good gods or bad gods?
I don't have them. They are in Eos with trusted folk, I hope. I have not heard back any word in the past month.
The texts.
Yes.
Wait, the two forgotten deities are in the texts?
The texts refer to them.
The texts refer.
They're not in the book.
Do they have names?
I have not seen them.
So Ruidus appeared when those deities disappeared.
We don't have a specific timeline, but the texts seem to refer to a similar era in the founding, and we very much theorize they are connected somehow. But you see why the knowledge of this information is very much guarded secrecy in the Dawn City.
Who has the texts?
We do.
You do? Your people, or?
The Verity does in Eos. I don't know specifically who.
Okay. So
part of the reason that we don't know is still, if they were to find me, they could not extract that from me.
And do you think folks other than the Grey Assassins are trying to find these things?
Probably.
Who would want to stop the spread of knowledge like that, though?
People who wish to keep the historical records of the prime deities controlled to the populace.
That's just about it, really.
It is very challenging to keep people engaged in complete faith to the most ancient of temples if they have kept such information from their followers.
If I can ask, so, Birdie stole some shit from the unseated court, and that's in the Fey realm, and they're all coming. Okay. These texts from the Dawn City, Vasselheim, oldest of them all.
You've been there, right?
Yeah, many times. My vacation there in my 200s. The bathing pits are amazing. Did these texts, were they taken with permission or without permission, and was there any loss of life in said removal of text?
They were very much not taken with permission. And there was no loss of life at the time because the individual that escaped with them did so safely. It did catch up to them, and they are no longer with us. But the records were passed on to other hands since then, and their sacrifice is remembered, and hopefully in time when this
can be revealed to the world at large, and if it is tied to these portents that Bertie is speaking of, and we can stop it, then he'll be remembered as a hero by many more people beyond just us.
It was very heroic. I just want to track it. So we got people from the Feywild trying to come after us, and people from Vasselheim coming after the texts.
Yes.
And are the...
I told you, this was dangerous information.
I just wanted to know what league we were playing in.
Are the Grey Assassins an entirely separate threat? Or are they out of Vasselheim?
I don't know. They could very well be out of
Everything
Vasselheim.
everybody wants.
Is there anybody else involved in this at this point? Like the Shadow Realm people, are they having ruinous issues too? I don't know.
I don't know. You'd have to talk to Rin. There's a member of the Verity who, their specialization is in traversing various realms.
What's their name?
Rin.
Oh.
What? Who?
Rin.
That's right, Landwalker Rin. Wait, who the fuck? Wait, hang on. I wrote that down.
Who's that?
DM recap.
Planewalker Rin.
Planewalker Rin. Oh, right.
Hang on,
Wait, how do we know that? How do we know that?
Hang on.
Another campaign?
I don't know.
From a few things.
Yeah. Well, you briefly went into a laboratory in the Fireplane in campaign
That was theirs.
2. That was theirs, yeah.
That's right. And they were stowed away. And they were in hiding.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they want to keep those.
That's a fucking cool
We
name.
don't quite get a big problem.
So these texts, they were stolen from the... Where were they taken from again?
The temple vaults under Vasselheim.
Specifically the Temple of Arathis in the Quadroads. But I'm certain that there is a unity amongst the temples there. And so it's very likely that they are all searching for us. And to an extent, if you're not careful, now you.
What does Odahan have to do with this? And why is she at the Paragon's call right now?
I do not know. But I would be very careful.
Is she a soldier?
She was a famous warrior for the Stratos throne in the Apex War. Then went missing.
Right. I remember hearing about this.
The Loomis twins had texts stolen from them. Granted, not from Vasselheim, but from the Academy.
You said pages were taken from... Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the Loomis twins had texts that had information about my mother that was stolen by the Grey Assassins. My mother was also Ruidisborn.
Huh. Also Ruidisborn. Like you.
And she has dreams, wild dreams about a large storm and a
Both
red
of them
storm.
look at each other. Look back.
They're connected.
What was your mother's name?
Liliana?
Liliana Timhold.
Yeah. Do you know her?
We've met, though it was a while ago.
Not a while?
No, it was a while ago.
A while ago.
She was a number of our, how do I put it? Our volunteers for part of the Oman archive study.
Yeah.
See, there are Ruidisborn all across Exandria and have been for as long as the moon's been out there. But the rate of Ruidisborn births has been slowly accelerating in recent times. This was part of the study in the archive, not my specific study. I was more in ley line patterns, and all of us kind of comparing and aligning notes for this. But I do recall that there are occasionally rare Ruidisborn that exemplify a stronger connection with the Ruddy Moon.
How long ago did you last see Liliana?
Gosh, it must have been 12 years, maybe.
12 years?
I've been away from most civilization for a...
Where was she when you saw her?
She was in Eos. She came to the seminary to be part of the research. She was gifted with the incredible
capabilities. She was able to see beyond her eyes. She was able to affect the world around her in incredible ways. She was one of a few that had come to us exhibiting these powers.
I look down. Is there a bottle or anything on the ground? I'm just going to pick it up and drift it over to him.
And it seems that line of fortune seems to follow on your path. Ah, I am so sorry.
Why would you have to apologize? I mean, these are gifts.
They are, but it horribly connects you to all the things that are coming.
This is so fucking much.
Birdie kind of chimes in. No, like I said, a lot of this I couldn't say in front of that you. Hopefully you understand for what reasons why. There's a lot going on here, and a lot of it even I can understand. It's a little bit beyond me, so I just have to focus on one task, and the task we have is trying to get this strange telescope thing all figured out. And, hopefully that'll help answer some questions for us, maybe you as well.
This is good.
Where is the device you're trying to make it? And I'm sorry, do you have that crown thing with you, or is it with the device?
The crown's in the device. It's
Where's that?
It's in our layaway.
You said it's a telescope?
It looks sort of like a telescope, yeah.
You said like 40-ish miles away?
Yeah, to the east.
And just remind me, because I want to make sure
Deeper.
everybody's on the same page. The EOS seminary is where?
In EOS.
Which is like it's
Pretty
2 to
far.
3 days.
It's southeast into a Shenandoah. It's through the gloom jungles.
It's like a week's travel, isn't it?
Southeast.
It's not-
Approximately, yeah. Through the gloom jungles.
You have a map
that
The Gloom
connect-
Jungles, which is... Isn't that where people you know is?
Yeah, the
I'm
Gorgonite.
gonna know is.
Gorgonite.
All right.
This is a lot.
This is so much.
This is great. This is great. We're totally not bringing additional danger towards you and your project on your rushed timeline.
Not at all, and I'm certainly not bringing any more danger into your continuous lives and the life of my daughter by telling you all this extremely dangerous information. God, what have I done?
But wait.
No, it's not. It's really not your fault. We've been looking for you, and
It sounds like what you're trying to do is worthy and noble, and why wouldn't Fern want to help?
absolutely.
It's honestly still a bit confusing because obviously there are people who do not want the boons and the gifts that Rudis can bring, and then obviously those who do, and perhaps a subsect that just wants it all secret.
Are we all forgetting the mad fucking scientists that they're trusting with this bullshit? No.
Honestly, that is why Ira? Like no one else on the face of Exandria. You had
People who would kill us if they found out that we were involved.
Was Ira really the only one, the best candidate?
In the time frame that we had, it's the only person we knew. What, we're just going to walk up and keep asking around for some extreme scientist to go ahead and trust a couple of fey folk to help them build a machine with a crazy... No, like, doesn't work that easy. And the only person we knew that had a connection with, you know, some distant history and knowledge of their capabilities was Ira. We knew he was here like us, and, you know, it took some talking to convince some of the stakes that were here, but we managed to kind of see that, you know, we all benefit from not letting this get out of hand.
You prepared for the day he flips on you?
We've been keeping our eye best we can. The trust isn't 100%. But we all have an aligned goal.
You don't have to tell us, but do you have like a code you're working with your most trusted? I mean, only because Dusk, you could just look like anybody. And it feels like the closer that we get to this, it feels like they all do the same.
Just like you mean like a word to
Like
prove?
a code, yeah, if you could just, before you check in and put all the pieces together and push go, you know. Just make sure everybody in the room's who they say they are, that's all I'm saying.
Do you have a recommendation?
Yeah, bring me along.
That's the code.
That's the
And
code
have
every
you
year.
there?
Yeah,
Bring
yeah.
the
You need
alarm.
eyes and a nose to make sure everybody's legit,
Well,
bona fide.
yeah, that's you can't be
Everywhere at once. You don't know that I'm hundreds of years old.
Well, with you bringing this lens from Maury, hopefully this will get us a lot closer to that a lot sooner. And I don't know if we even have enough energy to run it, but we're getting close from what Ira and Ollie been saying, so.
That's what all of these little bubbles and.
Oh, yeah. And she kind of pulls it over and opens it up a little bit, and you can see it glow, kind of underlighting her as she opens it up. Yeah, the machine, as it's been designed, takes a lot of power for, short bursts of time, and so we've been having to kind of squeeze even Mahar Joe for as much as he could bring in that wasn't being pulled off into side projects, and just kind of, through both the process of experimentation, that's been kind of draining him at times and such. That's kind of what I've been having to do these runs for the past year or so.
Do we recognize any of this tech?
You recognize this specifically. These are the blue kind of crystalline spheres that you saw powering on different sizes and scales many of the various automatons throughout the city, the various crawlers that you actually rode, as well as running some of the devices that Ira was running back in Drusar.
Well, what do you need to make this thing happen? What can we do to help?
Well, maybe bring that along.
Fern?
Well, yeah, but also the little green thing.
Oh, I mean, that's easy enough, but
I'm assuming
is that
you
the
want
only
to-
piece that you need?
I mean, this right on my back, and we'll check in. It's a lot of like trial and error, and like try things out. If it doesn't work or don't have enough, bring back. It's.
And are you hoping that the weave lens tells you information when you look at Rudis?
I guess. Well, this is not my prerogative. This is what Maury was supposed to build for us. That's what I reached out to her for.
Okay.
I just wasn't expecting her to send you along with it, but.
Does it have a cost when you use it? Like, do you just turn it on and look, or is there something expended, or?
I don't know.
Okay.
Does anyone other than Ira know how this thing works and what it does?
I don't think. Other than Ira and Ollie, I don't think so.
Great.
And why would your grandmother send you?
Because it's gonna
Well, I guess she's not my grandmother, so.
Well,
maybe she knew you needed to see.
Maybe.
Let me at least express that Maury's as close to a grandmother as I had. She kind of helped watch over me when I was younger and didn't really have much guidance. Kept me on enough of a leash as I needed, but let me loose enough to figure out what I was good at. Kind of twiddles her fingers a little bit. But she's an odd duck in her own right. I had a little worry that she'd take a shine to you since I left, and I'm still trying to figure out this weird time thing, but, her fane is her domain, and she can tweak and stretch things as she wills, so...
She did it? She kept her there for 100 years?
What may it seem like it, I don't know. I'm gonna have to start talking to her about it, because she was just supposed to keep you safe, and...
Who can do that?
A traveler could do that.
I mean,
Fucking witch.
I love her very much. She is my grandmother. She raised me for all these years. So, I guess she told me it was a very important piece, and she told me to find my parents, and if I did, I'd give it to them. So I found you.
That she did.
Did your grandmother ever make you any toys?
Kind of.
Anything that was like special and just for you?
I think probably the postcards. I don't think you sent any postcards.
No, we specifically didn't want anything to lead back to you while you were over there and we were here. For obvious reasons, kind of gesturing out to the recent encounter at Imahara's.
So these are probably not from you.
I'm sorry, Fern, they're not. But I can guarantee you they would have been if we could have, if it was safe. And kind of alleviate some of my frustration with Maury, knowing that she cared enough to make those, I guess.
Yeah. We've had a really fun life.
She can be a little selfish.
She can be selfish.
She fixates things on she likes.
And I guess we should be glad that she let you go.
Yeah. You've said yourself that time is a weird soup.
Yeah.
In Fey realm and whatnot.
Yeah. I don't think it was her fault that so many years have gone by.
Maybe not. I don't know. I just know that the reason we knew you were safe there is because people know better than to go in her domain.
Yeah, she is pretty powerful. Well, these are still special.
Sure.
Very well done.
Yeah, they're very beautiful. She's an incredible painter. Very artistic.
So you have what you need for your experiments or whatever, and it's dangerous to be around you, I suppose. So do you need protection, or should we just leave you alone to do your experiments, or?
Oh, I have to back up, obviously, if these assassins have come so close. And to be honest, how safe is your domain? You've got room for a small goblin, maybe?
Domain?
I think it's pretty safe.
We have a black hole we could put you in. For only about 10 minutes at a time, though.
It might kill you.
I'll just ride side saddle. If you have room for a goblin, I just need to grab a few things.
Also, one last question. We sort of stumbled upon Ira's laboratory a little bit ago, and he was sort of packing it up, and then it kind of exploded, and
Okay.
Where did he go? Where is he now? Because we last saw him in Drusar.
Right, no, that job folded after a while. He was working for Coin over there and came back with what he was partially paid to help fund all this, and just kind of pulls up the change purse he started bringing the gold out earlier. It was like, and he's been helping us work the machine, so he's back there, I think. At least he wasn't all left.
He's 45 miles away from
45
here.
miles away. Okay, right.
Well, you can ask him yourself.
Right. Yeah, it's this. Okay.
So we're heading over there, is where we're going.
If you want to, I mean...
I would very much like to see this contraption.
Well, it takes a few hours. We can be there and back by sundown if you
Few
need to.
hours? How?
We got skirmishers.
Oh, well, they're still being fixed, I think.
They might be done by now. He said it would be about an hour and a half.
Oh, what time of day is it?
I'd say by now it's about noon, since you guys woke up kind of early, and all this kind of happened first thing in the morning after waking up.
Besides, we could go wait for him to be finished. I'm sure Fern and Birdie have lots of catching up to do.
Yeah.
We could rally back here when we got it fixed up and
Or
ready
meet
to go.
over at Joe's.
That too.
I won't be moving at full speed if we're putting on this larger crowd on each one of them, but we can get there. It'll be faster than walking, definitely.
Should we have Joe make us some sort of like flatbed cart to drag behind one of them or
It's
something?
not a bad idea, little trailer hitch.
Yeah, because there's, I
Maybe
mean,
you
they,
can hold on to one
I'll
and
be
somebody can
fine.
step onto your back and ride on top of you.
as long as I don't have to be glued to something.
Yeah, no, never again.
That could probably work, kind of like just pull you behind.
Yeah, I'm okay, but you know, that only sits two people, and we got more than
Well,
that.
it sits two people comfortably, and then you could probably fit 3 or 4 on there, but it's going to drag a little bit, but it's still better than walking. And then if you're
Sure,
saying
but
you can
I
carry a
mean,
person.
you're somebody's mother. You got to get like a nice seat.
Well, I can cuddle up with my daughter.
She's very large.
So am I.
How tall is
Oh.
Birdie?
Well, I'm very small.
Birdie's about
Well, you're heavy.
a little over 6 foot. Not quite as tall as Fern.
I'm a chonker.
But still like, you know, taller than a lot of you in this troop at least. Well, here, grab the stuff you need. Guess we're waiting on your repairs. We can meet up. Maybe not outside of Imahar Joe's, since what'll be a good place to meet up.
Where are we staying again?
We can meet up at the dumbest place possible.
A taste of Taldore.
Meet you at a taste of Taldore.
Oh my goodness. We're not eating it. We're just meeting up, right? Okay. No, that makes sense. That's safer. It's safer. Okay. Yeah. I'll go ahead and I'll carefully and quickly grab my bike around the time. Lay low until then, just in case someone's watching. And then I'll meet you up there, and we can tear off eastward. Sounds good to me. Gather your shit. And he's like, of course I will. I just need a couple of things. And he grabs like a bag and starts like throwing some books into it. Reaches over and grabs a big map and rolls it up, puts it inside. Grabs a couple other pieces of goods in a small like hand like jewelry box and puts it inside there. Grabs some coin. Shall we?
Sure. Yeah. Are we supposed to go meet Paragon's call and capture a guy for Esteros?
Yeah. But this isn't we're not going to be gone
Not today. Well, I thought it was today.
We're supposed to meet them today.
Are we supposed to
Because
meet them
today's
today?
the morning of after the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, also, we're meeting up with the person who was sort of working with the guy we're supposed to capture.
Yeah.
And take back.
Did we split up or anything, or is that's stupid?
We just do order of operations.
Well, he said it's only a few hours out. It could be a day trip.
Back and forth before sundown.
Yeah. Go head over to
Right,
Paragon's
we were
call by evening.
Show up and move in, right? Wasn't that the idea?
What was the idea?
Right under the nose of Odahan, who is most definitely behind all of this
absolutely
ruinous shit.
Yeah, but so what? We don't have to be nervous about that, right? There's one of her, and there's how many of us?
It kind of sounds like she's got like thousands of oogie boogie shadow soldiers.
There was one Shadow King and a bunch of us, and it didn't go that well. Nightmare King, Jesus.
Those were early days.
Whatever that is. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's head out.
All right. So, taste Taldore in a few hours, I guess. I'll hang here and help him finish up packing.
All right.
Just out of curiosity, this thing that we're gonna go see out there, it's a telescope-ish thing?
Well, the device is all underground.
But I mean, doesn't it have to work at night?
Not the way this is built.
Oh.
We're meeting in a couple of hours. Are we just trying to get situated with Paragon's call?
No, I don't think beforehand, right?
We're gonna go look at the
there
telescope,
and then
come back, and then Paragon's come. But what are we gonna do with the telescope? Just look at it, see what it is,
Well, I think Imogen.
see if it works.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
And to talk to. Maybe Papa Ollie will have some
Some
insight
more
for you about
information?
dreams.
I'm
Or...
gonna assassinate the Nightmare King. It's a bit busy trip.
Well, he's the guy building the thing. We can't assassinate him.
Bill comes due, motherfucker.
Maybe he's not maybe he's a nice guy. Maybe it's not Nightmare King. Maybe we're just saying it wrong. Maybe he loves horses, so he's the Mare King, but he works at night, so he's like a Nightmare King. He loves horses, just like Imogen.
Boy.
We have so much in common.
Yeah.
Why didn't we
makes
ever
them by
just talk
sewing children
before?
together.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I'm sure that's what it is. Can I give you a hug?
Oh, I love that.
Okay.
Kind of pulls you in, lifts you up a little bit, and whispers a little bit in your ear, be like, I've missed you.
Missed you too.
I'm gonna just see if either are picking each other's pockets.
Oh my god, that was so much fun. They're both
mutual.
picking each other.
I'm gonna try to give a pick.
Go ahead and roll.
Go for the ring. Go for the ring.
Okay. That would be a 24.
That definitely succeeds. What's your passive perception?
Where'd it go? Oh, sorry. 17.
17. That also succeeds. Okay. So, within her pocket, you pull a handful of coin. You can see, like she didn't come with a lot of materials necessarily, but you get a handful of coin that feels pretty dense. And specifically, 15 platinum.
Ooh. That is dense.
I feel
Give
it
us a
in
gem.
my hand, and then I drop it back in the pocket.
Oh, that's cute.
What do you have in your inventory?
Let's see what we got
Don't take our hole.
in my trinkets.
Yeah. Just pick one at random.
I will. I'll pick a random.
That whole.
Okay. Let's do.
Close your eyes. You have to close your eyes so you.
Okay. A golden skeleton key.
She pulls it out and goes, I'll have to ask about what this goes to one day.
I have no idea.
Perfect. A mystery
We'll
for the
find it
ages.
someday.
Gives it back to you.
Thank you.
All right. So with that, begin to gather their things. You all go ahead and take some time to check up eventually on the repairs. And about 2 o'clock in the afternoon or so, Imahara Joe finishes up. He's like, well, not the best job I've done, but functional through and through. Here you go. Your crawler should be ready for travel on however you need.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
Appreciate it.
No, of course.
The bomb that was on the back of it.
I wasn't going to ask about that. We get all sorts of weird shit that people leave on their crawlers for repairs, and we just do our job and move on. You know, kind of plausible deniability has really helped our business flourish over the years.
Did we need to add a little card or anything to it?
Oh yeah. If we wanted to pull a couple of extra folks behind us, is there like a flatbed with wheels and a tow line you could rig up?
I can probably attach like a 2-person little hanging trolley in the back. I will ask probably not to go too fast over any sort of large inclines, or the crawlers can go pretty quick and do some pretty decent maneuvers, but just you'll kill everybody in the back if you try them. So, and also those feet are clawed. So,
Should it push in front instead?
That's worse. So yeah, I can fashion something. Let me see what I got. And goes in the back, and you can see there's like a number of disassembled wagons and stuff. And there's one that's like a small wagon. It goes ahead and quickly shears off like the front few feet, and it kind of has like a almost like what's the word I'm thinking of? The
Like a chariot? Or
kind of a chair, or the
Wheelbarrow?
what's it called when the person in the front is biking and you have the seats in the back with the wheels?
Oh, like
rickshaw.
Rickshaw.
It's kind of like a rickshaw attachment, but it's all made of like kind of jagged metal and like a little wonky. The tires like they've been patched 6 or 7 times.
Great.
But brings it to the front and says, no charge. And then she goes ahead and hooks into here. And he goes and makes something it hooks into. Just kind of like spot welds it essentially into the back, hooks it up. This is kind of sturdy. Once again, don't no crazy tricks. Don't kill the people in the back, but this will last you a month maybe.
Oh wow.
We'll do it.
Depending.
Thank you.
Of course, no worries. Please don't fight anymore in my shop, if you don't mind. That's okay.
We'll really try not to.
That was just an accident.
Sorry. Again.
It's okay. Just it could have gone worse. Could have gone worse.
We just didn't know the person that we were with was not the person that we thought we were with. So.
That happens all the time here. Just note that there are a lot of things that are volatile and unstable around the shop, and that could have been a lot worse.
Sure.
Anyway, good luck. Travel safe. Need any other repairs? Anything else? Any other interesting questions? If you just want to come by for a cup of whatever you prefer to imbibe and talk more about your history, let me know.
You drink like liquid metal? Do you think that would be yummy like tea for you?
That's an interesting. I don't know. Let's try it sometime.
Hot cup of metal.
With that, you shove off of Imahara Joe's place, gathering up the bike. And the bike where Birdie had originally parked and kind of left it there, kind of set to the side, is now missing. It's gone. And for a second, you're a little worried. But as you begin to kind of walk your crawler through the streets, and as you go through, a few folks kind of cheers. They recognize the vehicle that you had won the previous Death Wish run, and some folks are like, yeah, that was awesome. Well done, that was crazy. Like just giving some shouts, a little bit of like fan yells to you.
Wait, no, that one. That's not the one we have. We have the Red Moon with us.
See this?
Because the buck bucket.
We only go by winners' names.
Wow. That's true.
A tall, lanky male tiefling with kind of like red skin, walks by with like the dark sun tattoos in the elbows, kind of like getting ready to growl as he kind of slinks back and looks over and sees. This is the same one that kind of like stink-eyed you when you first came to the city as you were entering Bassaris. And he walks by and looks at y'all and goes, "That was incredible. That was so awesome. Well done. I look forward to maybe seeing you out there next time there's a Death Wish run, huh?" Walks by, keeps going. That was so cool. He just keeps going down the street. Eventually, you steer your vehicle over to the exterior of the familiar kind of Tudor-style ridiculousness that is the taste of Taldore. And there in the shade among the alley towards where the back is, you see the front wheel of a skirmish crawler. They're kind of settled and parked inside. And sitting on top of it as you approach, you can see Birdie, helmet on, goggles on, jacket at the ready, kind of like heavy scarf kind of thrown over the back, and she just kind of looks out. "All right, y'all ready?"
Let's roll. Let's do
this. Fern and who else feels like they can make room for it, hop on.
Maybe one of the small. Well, we got a lot of people on either one.
Who's coming with me? Got me and Fern room for maybe 2 more, depending on size.
I'll go hop on.
All right. Who else?
And I'll go. Form's not going.
I was gonna hop on FCG.
Okay, I'll go.
Hop on FCG?
Like
Hey, you have your little pedals.
Segway style.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
Just got you that new tire. You're gonna fuck
So
it all up.
FCG's riding behind Birdie, right?
I
Because the
guess.
wagon is behind.
Well, we don't need the wagon
buck
anymore,
bucket.
it looks like.
It's up to you guys.
Well, do I have the wagon all to myself?
Yes.
You can.
All right, so
good.
so on one, it's Birdie and Fern, and then in the back it's who?
Well, I'll go hop on the wagon.
Okay.
Okay, so it's
So-
the 2 of you in the wagon.
Yeah.
It is Janky. Well, it's not moving.
I'm driving that one.
Okay, so you're driving that one, and then it's Birdie, Fern, and then who? And then Chetney on that one.
with me and Orem doing
Segway.
You got it.
water ski behind it.
2 Callaways all to myself.
As the controls click
Bit of
in
a
and
handful.
the blue
2
glow of the
handfuls.
power crystals beneath begin to hum loudly. The shaded interior of the alley where her skirmisher crawler is parked suddenly lights blue around from underneath for a second as the kind of hum turns into a growl, and you watch as the 2 legs kind of like prep behind. The wheel begins to spin as dust begins to kick up and the legs kick off. As the crawler skirts around the outside and the hum turns into from a purr to a heavy, loud, guttural growl. Takes off down the street as you follow up behind it. The 2 crawlers then begin coasting down the streets, past buildings, rounding the side, heading down the straight eastern thoroughfare in the center cross streets of Bassaris, then coasting out in the eastward direction, following Birdie's run. You can feel kind of like this, the familiar kind of comfortable flashback to like clutching your mother at a young age, like childhood flashbacks, but now she's here in front of you, and it's just an odd flash memory. And at one point you see her kind of look back through the goggles and smile before kicking it up even more so, and the front tire kind of picks up a little bit before slamming down and pushing forward. The back cart of your guys' bit as you're going around the street. Yeah, you're driving behind this one. You're like, whoa! Hold around a bit. The rest of you, Imogen and Laudna, you are holding on to the back and going.
Christ, oh God! No.
Sorry! Some folks, of course, watch you guys as you go by, and passing through a number of streets and winding alleyways, eventually you pass to the exterior gates of the Carmine Curtain, the large red walls that mark the exterior of the central part of Bassaris. From there, you careen through the skids, evading any sort of ruffians that are standing in the middle of the street as folks kind of like, dart out of the way as you just kind of scream on by. And then as the skids begin to eventually dissipate, there before you, the open, cracked, dusty expanse of the Hellcatch Valley. You push forward, leaving but a trail of dust in your wake towards the horizon. And that's where we're gonna finish this episode. We'll pick up there next time.
Boy, we are On the road again.
We're on the road again.
Man,
Holy shit.
there's so much left to do in town.
out for a minute.
There's a lot.
We got a couple things going on.
We'll be back before the streetlights go off.
I don't know what to focus on.
Yeah. Unless we all die because Nightmare King kills us.
I want to have to organize my notes.
I say that I bring this home with me after the end of every game. Like, I'm gonna organize it out.
I don't get to it.
Exactly, this is my lifeline.
Where we go?
Not my Horcrux.
So much
Quick addendum.
information.
We got a lot of
Quick
info.
addendum.
Quick addendum.
Quick addendum.
You pull off for a second, and the birdie goes,
This is
"Oh,
some Abrea shit.
fucking wait, Hondir."
Oh yeah, grab his ass.
Smash cut to them. You all exiting the city a second time with Hondir on the back, going like, "I can't believe you left me behind. This is stupid bullshit." It's just cruise off into the distance.
Very Home Alone.
Very meow.
And there we'll end it. Bye.
Man.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Set up our next session. See where it goes.
Holy moly.
You guys are amazing.
What a fucking session. Erica, we love you.
Erica, we love you. This is so awesome. Thank you for joining us. But until next time, we love you very much. And is it Thursday?
Oh, man,
Good night.
you're right.